Okay. Ugh. Bear with. Okay. I want to tell you what, I can have this lowered down a little bit. Bear with, everybody. Bear with. I'm just sorting out some stuff. That's a little better. Oh, that doesn't turn because this hasn't turned. Oh, crap. Okay. That's good. I don't know how it sounds. Hi, everybody. Bear with. Bear with. Bear with. We were mostly ready, but I had a call at 6, so bear with. We're almost ready. We're almost ready. I think he's having a smoke break. He'll be here in just a minute. Hi guys. Goofy Nerd. I am Earth. Hi guys. Hi. Let me know if you can hear us. Okay. I'm away from the mic. When I'm back here, I'm by the microphone. But when I'm away, you might not hear me so well. So does this sound okay? Does that sound all right to you? I'm assuming it does. It looks like it's fine. But it's always good to check. It's always good to check. Ugh. Do you like my pleasant background? I think it's nice. I think it's real nice. I gotta change it back to spooky, though. Hang on. Oh, there we go. That's more like it. It's more like it. Nice and spooky. Ah, okay. So the good news is, we are fairly prepared. He'll be here in just a minute. We were I had a call at 6 o'clock, which was a 30-minute call. Usually at 6 we go get food. We kind of do our prep and everything. So it's been last minute prep. But the good news is I did a little bit of prep earlier to save me some time. So we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. I think we're gonna be just fine. Oh, I need to check. I do need to check something. Oh goodness, I need to check something. Where is it? One. Good. Okay, that's fine. That's all fine. Here we go. Here he is now. Don't worry, you've missed nothing. I'm here. He's here. As long as you can hear us both well, that's all that matters. It's amazing that this microphone doesn't show up. Look at this. I can make it. Oh, it's like a magic trick now. Oh, but then it just disappeared. That's amazing. So funny that it knows not to just only people. It's very impressive technology these days. Let's make sure that's. I think that's good. Hopefully, it's not going to move around too much, but we'll see. Hi, everybody. How are we doing today? How's everybody? Ren, howdy. Good to have you back, buddy. Good to have you back. We're still obviously using the guide. We noticed that outside help is the last one for chapter 2. We're quite excited. We're quite excited to get there today and see how we're feeling. See if we're like more invigorated for the. Because that was supposed to be the point, right? Where things really start get interesting. Possum Kingdom, hey, welcome back. Good to have you. Good to have you. As long as everybody can hear us well, that's all that matters, obviously. I've already got everything else set up, so it should be fun. Botrix is still here. I thought I turned him off. Good to know I didn't. Good to know. Mr. Earth, what's happening? We're watching more Everyman Hybrid today is what's happening. That's the title of the stream, my friend. It's the title. And in the description. We've been doing that because it's a long Slenderverse series that deserves its time in the sunlight. Yeah. From us, because we've obviously done Marble Hornets, and naturally we wanted to give credence to the other ones as well. Except maybe not a certain one, but that's fine. Do you know Everyman Hybrid? I mean I know Ren and I know Possum King do. But I think Goofy Nerd as well knows it as well. I don't know about Earth. We haven't seen you in a while, so. Do you know Everyman Hybrid, Earth? Let me find another way to get the chat up closer to me, maybe. Actually, I wanted to be able to. I'll tell you what. I've got two phones. Why don't I fucking? I want to utilize both. That'd be smart. One can have the chat. Get out of here with that. So while I do this, what do you remember from last time? It's okay. I don't remember everything either. I remember the critical important stuff.
Like we've got the mining town 4, the main protagonists. There's Vinny. There's Vince. I can't remember his name now.
Both apply.
There's Vinny. There's Evan.
Evan. Yep, Evan.
There's
you can call him Ethan. It would just be wrong.
There's Jeff. Is Alex one of the four? Or is there another one? Okay.
Alex is not one of the four. He's the brother of Jeff.
Okay. Well, I know there's also Damsel / Stephanie.
Yes,
okay.
we have. I mean, it's not exactly confirmed in the series yet, but based on all the contact clues of the Corinthal letters and the situation, and the fact that clearly she is an important part of what's going on in the four, she is Stephanie for sure.
Yeah. So there's these four kids. They were, well, we know that they were around in like the 70s. They were being part of like a government top secret program.
That's right.
They were considered to be very homicidal kids or something, and there may or may not have been monsters tied to each of them.
I think Evan was the homicidal. I think they were all called homicidal, but from what I'm understanding based on these letters and everything, it's Evan is the homicidal one. Vinny, I think, is like very stoic. He doesn't really show much emotion. Like he's had a traumatic experience happen to him, but he doesn't really portray any emotion because of it. It's probably like how the trauma response. I think Jeff's
the one who saw his dad kill his mom.
He was like incredibly sad and emotional and stuff. And then I don't know what Stephanie / Redacted's deal is exactly. We still don't. She's kind of. I feel like she's been shoehorned into it, if I'm completely honest, because I still don't really know what her deal is exactly, except for the fact she's part of the group, but she doesn't really do much with the group.
Hi, Ellie.
Obviously, we'll figure that out as we go. Ellie, oh, here we go. If you want to see chat better, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, I can see pretty well.
Oh, okay. Well, then this is for my blind eyes. Let's see. If you don't know what it is really, so you're going to be hella lost today. You will be. This is incredibly fucking confusing.
Even if you'd seen the first several streams, you might
still be confused as we are.
We're still a little bit.
But we'll do our best to decipher stuff, and naturally we also have the experts Ren and Possum Kingdom, and whoever else would like to help correct us on these certain journeys. Nick Ronca as well. Sorry, I totally forgot her name for a moment, but Nick. So we've got at least 3 experts here who know way more than we do. So don't worry, we're gonna be in good hands.
I'm trying to think more about this recap, like. The other important thing.
We'll catch up with chat in a minute. Don't worry, we're still doing the recap.
There's also this ongoing thing, the 7 Trials of Habit. Actually, I'm jumping ahead a bit. So there were these kids in the 70s. They got adopted by the doctor overlooking them. That was Dr. Corinthal, and things kept on being strange with them. But then we cut ahead to the modern day of like 2009, 2010, that kind of era, and suddenly we have these guys again. But they're clearly not like in their 40s and 50s. They're just like
no, they still
late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, you can tell it's weird if they're the same people.
So something weird is going on there, and meanwhile these monsters are kind of finding their way into their lives, which kind of implies that these are like probably monsters that were also messing with them as kids. But we don't know that. But
Monsters Inc.
And so there's the Slender Man, there's the Rake. And there's this thing called Habit. And there may be a 4th one that hasn't been shown yet.
There's supposed to be. There's supposed to be 4 because each kid has like a thing attached to them, right? At least that's what I thought, based on the context. Oh, God. And, no idea what they're saying, but I'm sorry what happened to you at the store last week, Ellie. What do you mean you have no idea what we're saying? Can you not hear us? Everybody else said they could hear us.
Let's see, then to jump...
Oh, he's in the car. That's why. Fair point.
And then,
sorry, Nick.
So, this thing called Habit started posting on Twitter. That itself is funny to me. They started posting on Twitter to the fans of Everyman Hybrid, like, come and join the 7 Trials of Habit. Where, basically, it's trying to be like Saw, but it's more like just TikTok challenges. Like, hey, pour a bucket of ice water over your head and videotape it in public and say that Habit made you do it. Except there's stuff like read my edgy poetry in public and say that I made you do it. Yeah. Or like give a gift to a loved one and then destroy it on camera and say Habit made you do it.
We got to see that Fabergé egg get destroyed. That was pretty funny. I got to admit.
Here you go.
Smash! That was funny.
Now, so we're about like 5 trials in. But in the meantime, like the protagonists aren't even a part of that. That's just kind of happening to the fandom alongside the story. And as far as the story goes, Jeff had a girlfriend who's missing. I still don't think I don't think anything's happened with that yet. But
well, they keep getting weird hints and potential trails of how to find her.
Yeah,
but then nothing ever pans out. Granted, they do find like the locket. They find they find random things because of the following of the trails and the breadcrumbs.
Yeah,
but there's no conclusive evidence about where she is or how she's doing. I think there was a voicemail. There was a weird voicemail, which I thought could have been Jessa, but according to the wiki, it's not. So I don't fucking know where Jessa is. That's all I got. It's an ongoing plot line that sometimes gets brought up.
And then besides that, Jeff's brother Alex has the rake living in his closet, and also in that closet, probably related to that, is the closet is a portal to miles away to this abandoned building. This abandoned building, and that's the whole thing that we know about that.
Yeah,
plot.
but the abandoned building is a significant building.
It's one that they've been to before.
It's I think it's like the basement of a school, or no, a place where Dr. Corenthal used to practice or teach or something. But it is related to them in some way. That much I understand, which is a big reason why they keep going back to it.
And then in terms of the plot, that's it. But there are details that I've liked. Like we found out that as further evidence of these people not being who they seem, or like something strange is going on with them, they claim to have parents, but they don't actually have parents. Their parents are dead, or they never had them. And we've been finally seeing evidence of that through like Jeff's brother Alex. He insists, like, oh, if we're going to go out, I've got to ask my mom. And so for this wonderful moment where he walked away and then came back holding a cassette, what's it called? A cassette player, just like a little speaker. And he just pressed play on it, like, hey, Mom, can we go out and play? And she's like, no.
That was a cool detail.
Yeah. And
that was creepy and weird and cool.
Yeah. I want more of that.
Yeah.
And I think, like, last we saw the gang went, well, except for Alex, the gang went to a library to look up details about Dr. Corenthal.
This isn't Always Sunny in Philadelphia, okay? They're not the gang.
And they found out, like, well, all they really found out was that Dr. Corenthal exists and that he is a known entity in the community.
Well, you forget the storage unit.
Oh, God, yeah. I did forget the storage unit.
Storage unit, critical plot moment.
Dr. Corenthal had a storage unit. They found that, I think, like, one of a girl who was on the live stream once had her uncle was Dr. Corenthal or something like that. But either way, one thing led to another. They found Dr. Corenthal's storage unit. They went in there. They found some boxes of papers, and while they were in there, like it shut behind them. But then it opened up again in the daytime with
the Mexican filter applied.
Yeah, but they were back in the past, and they saw Dr. Corenthal of the past like step into the storage unit and kind of like sigh wearily and say something profound.
Cryptic and profound,
cryptic.
Yeah.
Well, more cryptic than profound, really. But
yeah, that's true. More cryptic.
He just said something, knowing that, and then left. And so, but then they're back in the present again. But so there's some weird time travel thing that happened there that one time.
Yeah, which we feel like there will be more of that in the future. My assumption is it's based on the weird device that they got. But I think if I remember from last time, one of you guys, might have been Nick, I'm not entirely sure, might have been Ren, mentioned how it like, there was like a saying about how like when it ticks Slenderman's near or something, like it's almost like a Slenderman detector or something like that. I still feel like it could very well be connected to the time travel aspect thing. I'm not entirely sure. That could be something else entirely. Maybe in significant areas. We obviously don't know. We've just seen the instance of what clearly must have been a level of time travel where they got to see a moment with Dr. Corenthal in his storage unit.
Yeah.
Whacking one off. Just kidding, he didn't do that. That would have been weird.
Yeah. So for all intents and purposes, the plot here is we're following these characters as strange things are happening to them, and they're trying to make sense of that.
Would you say that we're hoping for stranger things to happen?
I haven't seen Stranger Things, so I wouldn't say that.
That's okay. It's, I was just making the joke. It didn't actually have to do with Stranger Things itself, but it's fine. You shat on my parade.
As long as it landed for the chat.
As long as somebody thought that was funny, because it was bad, but I don't care. Hey, Ren liked it. Good, that's fine. Yep, I'm happy with that. Fantastic, good. That's right, Stranger Things brain go brr. The voicemail is from Jessalyn confirming Slenderman took her and she died.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so the voicemail confirms that she died?
Like, oh, that's right. Yeah, the voicemail with the screaming on it. Yeah,
but that doesn't confirm somebody's dead to me. That just confirms something bad has happened to them.
Also had weird laughter on it. And are we implying the laughter was Slenderman? Was Slenderman like Chucky? Is like,
Does Slenderman, can Slenderman talk? He doesn't have a mouth. You're right. Who would be laughing? Habit. I bet you fucking Habit was there, even though Evan was in the house with him. But whatever, right?
Yeah, because we suspect that Evan is Habit.
I get a weird feeling. It's fucking so awful.
Well, one of those papers did outright like say like Evan has another personality that he calls Habit. So I'm pretty. It was something like that.
Huh. Yeah, but it's still Evan. I mean, if at the end of this Evan is not Habit, I was gonna say I'll eat my hat, but I don't have a hat. I will.
Twist, yeah.
I'll take a shot of gin.
And then Caleb in chat says Jesus is king. Yeah, that's a great creepypasta character. Jesus is terrifying.
He is. And,
the originals all go.
The originals all go. He may or may not have existed. But he was supposedly a carpenter.
Yeah.
He also punched Nazis and washed prostitutes' feet. So, hey, I mean, do with that what you will. Vecna's next target in Stranger Things 5. No, Nick, don't be spoiling shit, man. What is it? You love spoiling. Don't be. I mean, it's fine. Okay. You didn't spoil, but you're even hinting at spoiling. Like, come on, bro. That can't be your personality. Jesus stands sex work.
Snoke kills Dumbledore in the new Star Wars.
How could you ruin it for everyone? Even though it's been out for ages, how could you ruin that? The crossover that everybody was hoping for, Star Wars and Harry Potter, and you just fucking ruined it. Even though Snoke is dead. But whatever!
Yeah, it would have been better than Rise of Skywalker.
Damn it, Jordan. Ellie is mad. That's funny. That's very funny. Okay, so, let me see. We should have... we feel like we understand a level of story beats. We're probably still wrong about certain stuff, and maybe there will be great revelations, and maybe we will be incredibly surprised, in which case, like I said, I'll have a shot of gin on live stream, which would not be pleasant. I wouldn't want to have a shot of gin, but I do it for you guys. Pain is your pleasure, right?
So let's get to this so I can eat my burger.
Yes. So it's okay. I'm going to be doing some reading, so you have time to eat. Don't worry.
I could read some stuff as well.
Well, that's okay. If you eat, don't worry about it. We can always alternate. So we start with Jeff, who publishes a Google document reflecting on what unfolded in the previous video. If you remember. The last video we watched was called One Step Forward, Two Steps Back. And in that video they were sent like a DVD basically of their the videos that they can't see on their YouTube channel. Sorry, wrong one. That's the one. And basically they decide to watch it and stuff goes awry and they start repeating certain things that we read in one of the Coronthal letters like they're in a trance. And then they all end up waking up, like, I think it was either like 8 minutes later or something like that, and they're like bloody and, well, I mean, looking like, 11 out of Stranger Things, like bleeding out the nose and out the ears and shit like that, all confused and weird. And so, now it says that in a tweet at 12:37 a.m., hang on, let me go back to live. So in a tweet, at 12:37 a.m. Eastern Time on April 20th, Jeff released a Google document referring to the material found in the storage locker during the video, The Coronthal Connection. Okay, I guess I was talking the wrong thing entirely, but whatever. So it says, April 20th, blaze it. We've been looking through the pictures and files and whatnot since the night of the storage unit. Many of the pictures appear to be the Doctor with friends and their family during various trips. The documents seem to be copies, or in some cases the originals, of the letters we've been learning about through these caches. We're trying to piece together all of the random bits... We're trying to piece all of these random bits together, and nothing particularly stands out. Of course, we still have loads to sift through. Something that's bothering me is this metal container, though. There were a few bits of film negatives at the bottom, shreds nothing tangible, and a label that read, HPL Core Jam 1984/2005. The guys haven't a clue either. I wanted to go to the Coronthal Jam. That sounds cool. That's pretty much it for now. We've learned a bit more about the doc, but not much more than we already knew. We at least have proof that he, existed and was apparently good friends with many, many families with young children over the years. We'll see you soon, hybrids. Here's another potential letdown. Jeffafa.
You said it, not me, Jeff.
And Jeffafa said that, yes. And then we go back to here. Original document is no longer available, which is why we had to read it that way. And now we get some strange posts published on Damsel's blog. So we're going to do a little bit of blog reading. Hope you guys are ready. So it starts with a video, which, by the way, is not available. Just kidding. It's a Motorhead video. Yep. So we don't need to watch that because copyright. But it says, not their best work, but I'm still flattered.
Why is she flattered? Did Motorhead make it for her?
Sure. I don't know. Anyway, so after that, she puts up another little video, which, by the way, is also unavailable. Mark was a good kid. Because I think they said...
Markiplier.
Was there a Mark that they mentioned? I feel like they mentioned a Mark at one point. No, I'm thinking, Ryan. Maybe they mentioned a Mark. That's the thing. They keep introducing stuff that, I don't know. Clearly, a friend of hers. And, sorry, Possum says, it's Jack the Ripper by Motorhead. I don't know if that matters.
I don't think it does.
Clown Duck, hi. Mark equals Mark Hamill. Get another Star Wars crossover. Oh, Ellie, thank you for that clarification. That makes a lot of sense.
I thought it was Markiplier.
So yeah, Jack the Ripper by Motorhead. I don't see how that would matter, because Jack the Ripper killed women of the night. Everyman Hybrid has nothing to do with women of the night, nor evading police.
There's been a police presence that's done nothing.
Yeah, so if there is a connection, I don't see it.
And one of the only women in the story has died.
I guess that's true, but she wasn't a woman of the night, though.
No.
That would imply that Jeff's girlfriend, Jessa, was... I don't want to say a whore.
Not the Slender Man as Jack the Ripper.
That'd be interesting. Been a while. Been a while, Clown Duck. Has it, Clown Duck? Have you upgraded yet again from Robo Duck? Ellie says, a Frankenstein monster of Markiplier and Mark Hamill. Oh, Mark was a good kid. Mark and Mark's son. Oh, God. Then she puts up a thing that leads us to a Wikipedia page. Are you ready for this, guys?
Mm-hmm.
You ready to meet? Oh, hang on.
Bring it on.
Albert Fish.
Ooh.
Let's see. Born 19th of May, 1870.
He was a bad guy.
Was an American serial killer, rapist, child molester, and cannibal who committed at least 3 child murders between July 1924 and June 1928.
Why do I suspect that Ellie knows all about this? Ellie loves cannibals.
He was also known as the... She loves... What? Okay. We'll come back to that. He was also known as the Gray Man, the werewolf
she
of
does
Wisteria.
know! She said, no, the worst Albert!
Aw. Well, I get the feeling it's because of the fact that there were child murders. Right? I think that's the weird tie-in here. I'm not sure. I read it, and I mean, it's creepy. It's weird. Besides the child murders, does not make sense why this connects. But yet again, I mean, as we say with Tumblr stuff, people like to be edgy. They put up stuff that they find interesting, and it just says, roasted bottoms. Talking about, like, cooking the kids and stuff. And then we have, on the 11th, or the 7th of June, it says, hey guys, this is Evan speaking on behalf... So I'll tell you what, can I zoom in? I think I can, hang on.
Yeah, you can do that.
There we go. Just so you guys can see a little bit better. Hey guys, this is Evan speaking on behalf of Steph. It's hard to do his accent. Just want to let you guys know that she's not going to be posting on this site anymore. So if there are any relative questions you'd like to ask her, then just send them to the EMH email account or something. Now, she didn't want me to say anything, but I think you guys should stop coming on this site altogether. You won't hear any... You didn't put an apostrophe. You won't hear from any of us on here anymore. It belongs to that psycho now, and fuck knows what he's gonna put up.
What?
Thanks, you guys, for all your support.
That psycho? I guess Habit, maybe?
I'm assuming they're talking about Habit. Yeah.
And how strange, then, that it's Evan who's telling us this.
It's quite funny. So yeah, Evan basically is like, hey, don't look at the Tumblr, because it's no longer ours. And then, of course, you scroll up a little bit further, and you get a simpler way of life. That's nice. This was like, I think, a week after. Really cool. Yeah. Simple way of life of killing people, eating them, I suppose, putting them on steak so you can cook them. That's nice. That's real nice. Then you got the one guy in charge who I guess eats everybody. Because, you know, he's a fucking monster, right? And then you go up a little bit further because we're almost caught up. An excerpt from the diary of an adorable little girl named Dawn. Met her in 57, if memory serves. Dear Diary, today was crazy. Me mommy and daddy were all watching TV. And mommy said that the tall man in the suit was outside again. I like it when he is here. So daddy called the cops. Daddy said that a lot of kids are gone and the tall man took them. I like him. A lot of policey men were outside, and some were talking to Daddy, and then there was a lot of yelling outside and loud bangs. One policey man fell through the window. He was all red, I think, from blood, and his belly was open. But he was just sleeping. The policey man near Daddy was using his gun out the window that his friend fell through. It was really loud, and then a big knife flew into the policey man's head. It looked like the one that a man used, or a US dollar, at Pete's Butcher store that made me and Daddy go to. Okay. Daddy was shaking Mommy, but she just watching. That's what that says. Another policey man ran outside and I saw him get his head cut off. But he was just sleeping. When he fell down, I saw the man who was making the policey mad. He is not the man in the suit. He is a scary, smiling man. Daddy piked me up, ran upstairs. I heard Mommy scream, but it is okay, she's just sleeping. Daddy put me in the closet and whispered, don't move, but the smiling man was behind him. Something got pushed through Daddy's body. It was shiny and looked like one Mommy's knife, but really big. Then he grabbed Daddy's head and twisted it. There was a loud snap and Daddy fell asleep. The smiling man was all red and blood came out of a bunch of holes all over him. What the fuck? Those policey were mean to him. He said that we are going to see the tall man and said that I can write everything that happened today in my diary. We're getting close to the park now, and I see the man. I feel very good, diary. I am happy when I see the man in the suit.
So maybe the Slender Man is actually protecting people from Habit.
Perhaps. Or maybe they're killing together. It's hard to say. But maybe. It does sound like Habit is the true problem here. Toning. Hi, welcome to chat.
Like, keeping it real here. I want when hearing like just being a smiling man who's just a little bit of a serial killer. That is the single lamest idea. Like, there's nothing to that. So I hope there's a bit more to this.
There is another post. Yeah, there is one more we have to read. I hope you're ready.
Oh, God.
Johnny boy had a lot of will, but they all break in the end. 7 days. I've been living in hell for 7 fucking days. These things. These fucking monsters. I don't know what else to call them. God, he won't let me stop typing. Tell them everything, Johnny boy. He keeps saying. I can't tell you, whoever you are. It hurts too much. So he can go the fuck to hell where he belongs. I ain't telling you shit. Sorry, I need a drink. That's rough on the throat. Bear with. Okay. He cut off my right leg. Disobedience has its consequences, Johnny boy. That fuck. Mickey Mouse. He's taken everything from me. I'm so numb on the inside. So dead. But he can still hurt me. And it hurts so much. He says I have to tell you what happened 7 days ago. The ring! God, we were all just having dinner. My son, Aiden, my little boy. I can't do this. He took my tongue and my left leg. Is this misery? I feel like I'm nothing. But I still hurt. Now he's watching me type this. He's still smiling. My son Aiden had been telling us of a man who had been watching him. A tall man, without a face. I still can't believe he's real. But he is. He's the reason I can still type and the reason I don't pass out from the pain. Somehow he keeps me awake. His stare is almost soothing, like morphine. He must be a demon. Aiden had been seeing him almost every day. And then we saw him. The day that Habit broke down our door. He grabbed Julie, my wife. I could still hear her crying in my head. I ran to help her, but the Habit just kicked me across the room. The Habit? Don't give him a cool title. It was awesome. He flew like 10 feet, went through the kitchen wall, ha. That was the habit. I tried to get up, but I saw the tall man and I couldn't stand. He was wearing a suit of all things. Okay. He just walked away, and Aiden went with him. I screamed for him. He didn't even turn around. He just took my little Aiden. The habit took us to the basement. He hurt Julie constantly. He didn't even so much as scratch me. Just kept making me watch him and Julie. That bitch loved it. Fuck this. He cut off my genitals. Well, that was a jump. Won't let me stop typing. When he was hurting Julie, I pleaded for him to stop. Then I pleaded for him to kill her. He just turned up our CD player. The same song, 19-2000. I don't know that song. On the
Gorillas.
Oh! Okay. I might have heard of them. On the 5th day, she died. Not even the tall man could keep her alive any longer. They say I'm done. Whoever he wants me to write this to, I hope to God you don't end up like us. Yeah, so that's pretty fucking weird.
It's dime a dozen.
It just feels like they keep trying to
Like I've read 1,000 stories on the internet that are exactly like this.
They're constantly trying to make Habit sound like a hardcore serial killer.
He doesn't.
Who has never been caught by the police.
He sounds like a horror movie character. Not like an actual criminal.
Very much. Very much. Hearing get the cool shoe shine on repeat sounds like torture. Or worse torture than getting your nuts cut off. Maybe. And then Ellie says urban spook vibe. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Look, I mean, look, it's fine. As a story on its own, it's fine. As a thing that ties into everything going on here, I mean, we're already under the assumption that Habit is a fucking psychopath anyway. It's just weird that we're getting more stories to continue proving that same point,
rather than seeing them on video.
And
for
then,
one thing,
yeah, and then, so what's good? So what? Because he's gonna keep doing this apparently. I mean, I'd feel bad for the victims, but like, it's just a dude who kills a lot of people and somehow gets a fucking way with it all the time. I don't know. Habit likes attention. Yes, Habit does, and yet still hasn't been caught by the police. And he's been doing this since at least the 50s. You're telling me he's been a serial killing people, including children, for well over 50 years, and police just don't give two fucks. Now, if they implemented police reports and stuff like that, that would be kind of interesting, an interesting little touch. But it just feels like, yeah, like Jordan said, it feels like a classic horror story where everything goes wrong, but guess what? It's fine, I guess.
honestly, it just feels like a creepypasta.
A creepypasta. He's collecting genitals. Ew, gross, Ellie. What? Ew. Shrek voice. Do you think he's compensated for something? I can't do it. I'm sorry. That was bad. It didn't happen, man. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So, okay. So anyway.
Donkey!
I think it goes further, but I think we have to yet again based on the timeline of things. So Jeff's letter to Glenn discussing the death of his and Alex's parents, which we have a transcript for. Hello, Glenn. I hope all is well. I finally managed to find some time to finish this letter. What? In response to your message a few weeks ago. I understand that you may have felt awkward being so blunt with me. But honestly, I appreciate it. People were so fucking evasive today. We can't ever fucking give a straight answer, eh? I'm sorry for how long it took me to finally write this all out. But as you can imagine, I didn't know how to properly relay this to you. Let me begin. My parents died last year. That burp was free. It was a Thursday evening and my brother had music lessons at the shop. That week, it had been raining every day, up until about 5 p.m. that evening, and my parents decided that we should go out for dinner after Alex's lessons. We were going to go to Sticky Wickets, Hamilton. Okay. For what it's sick worth. That damn place was their favorite. Now, my brother wasn't getting out of his practice until about 8. So it was going to be a relatively late dinner. But hell, it didn't really matter to me. We're the group of kids who frequent Haven after 3 a.m. after all. My parents offered to go for a ride before getting Alex. Considering the newly pleasant weather, I declined. I sat inside on that beautiful evening and edited a damn video. Alex called me around 8:20, wondering where Mom and Dad were. I sure as hell didn't know. I took my car and picked Alex up and waited at home with him. I made him a frozen dinner to hold him off. Maybe my parents ran into some old friends, got caught up. Something like that. Their car broke the guardrail and plunged into Crosswick Creek. They, the police, couldn't retrieve their bodies promptly enough. But the police believed that they hit a deer or some decently sized animal and lost control of the car. They discovered that the windshield was shattered after they surfaced the wreck. They could have potentially survived and escaped. They must have fucking died on impact and never had the chance to climb out of the sinking vehicle. My brother refused to believe it. Days, weeks, months after the accident, after countless police consultations and psychiatric evaluations. You know us. We love terrible indie bands. Okay. As you may have recently seen, Alex plays small shows with his friends at the music lessons every so often. Yeah, we saw the bass thing. That was cool. They wanted to expand their musical horizons and mess around with alternative sounds.
Oh, cool.
Like
cool.
Beck. My brother wanted to emulate bands like Animal Crossing. Animal Collective, I know. I just want to say that. And just have everyday nonsense synced to miscellaneous beats. It is like Beck, okay. He had randomly begun to record sound clips of my family in their daily routine. At dinner, watching TV, greeting each other, etc., etc. My parents got a kick out of it at the time. When we finally got the call that night, he was messing around with the treble levels in my dad's response to the doorbell. I could only guess how many other recordings he still has. I didn't take solace in our beloved community at the time because, well, fuck. You guys didn't exist yet. We didn't have true hybrids. We had people bitching about the poor sightings of the suit in our early videos. I wasn't going to vent to a bunch of quasi-strangers. So here it is. Thanks, Glenn. I know it doesn't really explain much, but that's what happened to my family. Of course it was devastating, but I have a brother to look after, and I can't let myself become too human. Jeffrey. Just to let you know, he sent this to a guy named Glenn, which is an unfiction forum user, Greek, on June 3rd, 2011, because I think Glenn asked. Okay. And so then there was a response, so this is what Jeff sent in that email. Just to give you the context of that, so we understand a little bit more about the death situation. We can get rid of the overhead thing.
And now we know why Alex had the recording of his mother on the thing.
That's right. That's very much right.
Not a mystery that needed solving, but okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, so we've had all that. We've caught up to more trials. Trial number 6. Here we go. On June 6th, 2011, 12:21 a.m. Eastern Time, Habit announced the opening of Trial 6 with the following tweets. It's lovely to be back, rabbits. Trial 6 released. And, oh yes, you know the routine. Create a damn video of the event and email it to me. And then here's the email. Do you want to read it?
Sure. I don't know what voice to give him. I'm not going to deliberately give him a stupid voice, even though I hate this guy. But
you do what you want. You can give him a stupid voice. It's funnier.
I might try to give him a similar voice that you've been doing. Oh, I don't know how I'd do it.
Kind of hardcore, grungy, like you, I don't know, like kick kids or something.
An audience worthy of Nero.
Perfect.
Forgive me, miscreants of the world, for I've had a few prior obligations of higher priority to attend to. I had to fuck around all day and post on Tumblr. Let's get back to the fun, shall we?
Oh, fuck. It's rough, isn't it?
Your objective for the 6th trial of our tournament shall involve public unrest. Crawl out from under your damned rock and gather a group of at least 10 supporters. With
10.
With said group, conduct a legal protest. I don't know what illegal gets me.
The serial killer wants to make sure that you do things legally.
Conduct a legal protest at your local municipal center, town hall, capitol, what have you, and demand the immediate removal of your current despot. Oh, God. Sorry.
I got to admit, this is quite an escalation. Demand the immediate removal of your current despot.
There's a lot of political jokes I can make. I'm not gonna... Suggest a kinder, gentler leader. Yours truly. have at least one supporter carry a large sign bearing the phrase hashtag Habit 2012, Coney 2012, and maintain the protest for at least an hour. The more visible of a proest you create, the higher your notoriety within the tournament shall rise. Keep it peaceful, rabbits. I don't need a bunch of batshit crazies locked up in county prison being the ones to carry my name. Your deadline is next Sunday, June 12th, 10 p.m. Eastern. Good to be back. Comma.
Yep. Yeah, we have to watch one of these. Before we watch a random one, guys, is there like a really good one to watch? Because I'm curious if somebody got like a decent sized protest going on asking for Habit to take over their local government. There's only 6.
Yeah, nobody's that crazy to do this, because this is actually a pretty serious thing.
It really is, isn't it?
And people don't even like protesting for actual causes. So, of course, they're not going to do it for a fake one.
I feel like a lot of people would do it for a fake one. Are we doing a January 6th? It's, not quite that extreme. But, it's still goofy.
No, let's try 7.
You're going to storm the Capitol.
It's finally time, my supporters.
We waited so long. Sorry for the 10-year delay. We're storming the Capitol with the rioters.
Bring a gallows.
All right, we'll just pick a random one. Let's go with the 4-minute, 55-second one.
Good morning.
This is imposed over actual footage.
Good morning to our bold Angoras. Good morning to our steadfast dwarfs. Good morning to my fellow lops. I am number 82, and it is my pleasure to welcome you and thank each of you for coming out to meet me today. As you know, election season is soon upon us, and we have been plagued by asinine decision-making from a Congress that has fallen out of touch with the people. What we need is a kinder, gentler leader.
So this is just superimposed. That's incredibly lame. And
Habit should disqualify this.
Yeah, I 100% agree. We want to see an actual one.
Although I did find it funny. I saw Jon Stewart for a second. I just pictured Jon Stewart having Habit on his show.
There we go. See, she has a fucking SpongeBob watch. You know this is serious.
It's 6:21 right now.
480p. Come on, guys. It's fucking 2012 at this point.
A few more people to show up, and then we'll be done.
Oh, Possum says try 228. Okay. Let's do it.
This is my entry for Trial 6. This is my cohort of people.
That fucking Chugga Conroy?
We're not at 10
No,
yet.
no,
We've
it's
got
not.
a few more people on the way. And see town halls over there. As you can see the clock, it
His
is
camera's good, but
5
his
to
microphone is
4
terrible.
currently. 3 to 4. Sorry.
Sounds like an Air Force
I know
pilot.
you're very punctual about those sorts of things. Yeah. I thought and to add this little touch of Australia, Kablon! Yeah, there you go. There you go, Delta. Yeah, you'll enjoy that. But anyway, that's the start of it. It's hold out for the hour, guys. All right. Make base camp here. Base camp. Yeah.
Oh, it's still going.
For too long, our current great city has been ruined by this government. I believe that we should propose a new leader, a stronger leader, a kinder leader. One of habit, would you say? Vote habit, 2011.
It's still going?
Okay, guys. Terrible. Wonderful. We have to do this all again. I bit my tongue. I didn't say it either. Okay. Oh, guys, you might realize that we dropped the numbers a bit. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I mean, it was somewhat entertaining, but the longer it goes on, the more I feel like it wasn't really a proper protest. But that's fine. I feel like that would still fall within the category of that.
And I would honestly hate to see an actual protest of this.
Well,
I just feel cringe.
I mean, it could have been like two people sat in a chair, and that still counts as a protest. But that felt like they were doing only moments of it on camera, and then like they probably weren't doing it. So, so yeah, that happened. And now it says, June 17th, 2011, Habit tweeted the results of Trial 6 in 3 tweets. Which I guess, Trial 6 ended earlier this week. 8 rabbits remain in the tournament. Rabbit 52 has been granted passage to the next trial. I have yet to decide what to do in regards to his gambit. And 52, you sicken me. But I applaud your tenacity. Suck a railroad spike. That's unsanitary. Don't do that. That is all for now.
So one of those two is probably the one who fakes the footage, if I had to guess.
Oh, yeah, it probably is. So rabbits who passed received the following email. Congratulations, you've passed the penultimate trial. Await further instruction. Rabbit 52, you were in the purgatory of these trials. I have not decided what I'm to do with you yet. I might cover you in ice cream.
Give you a high five.
The end of Trial 6. 8 rabbits remain in the tournament. 4 Angoras, 3 English slops, and 1 Netherland dwarf. I hope the Netherland dwarf wins. Rabbit 52 followed up with several videos detailing the abduction of his roommate and the supposed theft of the jester's prize. I'm sorry, what? Abduction of his roommate and the supposed theft of the jester's prize before Habit prompted him to tell the truth. He then posted 2 videos where he admitted that he never actually had the box, and that he was placing his continued participation in the trials in the hands of the remaining rabbits who were asked to vote. The next day, Habit confirmed this plan in a tweet, saying, "The remaining rabbits will choose 52's fate through a simple vote." The remaining rabbits received this email. "As our friend 52 suggested, we have spoken about this matter. Remaining rabbits vote simply yay or nay regarding his longevity in the trials." 2 days later, Habit announced Rabbit 52 has been removed from the trials due to a vote of 6-1. So then 7 rabbits remain. 3 Angoras, 3 English slops, and 1 Netherland dwarf. Man, I really hope the dwarf wins.
I've got to voice like a little pet peeve. This is not an Everyman Hybrid specific thing, but he's spelling it yay or nay, like Y-A-Y. It's supposed to be Y-E-A, but it's still yay, but it's spelled Y-E-A.
You're right. That's right, because it's more about a yes compared to a yay. It's not a yay. That'd be really weird for a vote. So that was Trial 6. And then we have more strange posts are published on the blog over the course of the month. Continue on with this timeline until you reach the next video. Oh no, I dropped my mouse. Shit. Oh, it's fine. Everything's fine.
I remember when this series had videos.
Yes, more strange posts. We carry on until we've reached the next video, which the next video, May and June, starts in 13th of July. We might have already caught up, if I recall. Yes, because this is July 9th.
Okay.
Just make sure. Yes, because that's July 20th. Okay, so we've caught up on the Tumblr posts for now. So, we finally made it to a video, boys and girls. Oh my god, it only took us 40 minutes. Well, sorry, 30 minutes, technically speaking. Jeff, calm the fuck down. I haven't clicked play yet. I want to make sure captions and everything are good, bro. Like,
well, they were.
I mean, I know they are, but, it's always good to check. Okay, everybody. This is May and June.
Hey everybody, it's Jeff. We're usually not one for a little intro monologue or anything, but Vin and I prepared a video highlighting the last couple rather comfortable months we've had. And I sent him a message on the 4th of July about the holiday.
Is he Australian
wishing
now?
everyone well.
I don't remember him having this accent.
Well, that night, something else happened. We added that clip, the events of that night, onto the end of this video that Vin and I thought was ready to be sent out. But after what happened, we thought you guys would want to know what we did that night. And that's what...
Why did it take us so long to get to this?
Thanks for sticking with us, hybrids.
I feel like this would have been like 2 days after the event, right?
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be Habit? Or no, Rake?
Hoodie.
No. Somebody please. Evan? Somebody like bleeding and weird and chewing. Could have been Rake. Okay.
Alright, we're rolling. Can you hold that?
I can.
Alright, what's going on, hybrids? It's me and Jeff, obviously.
Obviously.
We're kind of here to talk about the clip we just showed you. We thought an intro type thing would be appropriate.
Just like old times.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Under the wrong circumstances. So,
He said,
pretty
well,
sure that thing was the fucking monster that we saw in that high school.
Rig.
Now, the weird thing is, we got the video basically emailed to us from Habit. There was no text, no subject,
No lyrics.
just that fucking video. There was no audio either, so we couldn't even hear what was going on.
You just look like a dude
It's
like
terrifying,
eating grass.
to be honest.
It's terrifying. It was weird, bro. What are you talking
All of
about?
us are accounted for, which I guess is looking at the bright side of things, but
Ain't like an E-Bombs World video. What the fuck are you talking about?
He's got a creeper plushie behind his
you guys
head.
know as much as we do. If you
Yeah.
know
Oh,
anything.
God.
Foreshadowing the Minecraft turns.
Oh my god, no.
Overall, pretty quiet.
Yeah, up until that point,
Miserable as happened.
walking through the stuff.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. They just said, besides what we saw and what happened, everything else has been quiet. God, yeah. You want to maybe, I don't know, address the, I don't know, the video where you had Corinthal appear? Do you want to maybe talk about how Habit is still doing his Twitter trials, and you don't want to talk about anything else that is going on in your story? You don't want to talk about how Stephanie putting up these weird, well, I mean, she isn't, but somebody's putting up weird, horrific Tumblr posts and stuff like that. Like, it's just silly to me that they're just going to carry on like everything is fucking fine and just ignore the world burning around them. And not even remotely address it.
At the very least, they didn't have to tell us about the quiet stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have to bring it up. If things were quiet besides that, we don't need to know.
Yeah, it's it's frustrating that they just carry on like everything is fine. They're trying to tell whatever fucking story they're trying to tell, and they're not telling it. Sorry, we had the... I'm not reading your name.
The Devil Pirate. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, but hi. I would be incredibly careful, my friend, because YouTube do indeed monitor things such as live streams. So just be aware that your name may very well get reported / flagged. I will not be the one doing the reporting, but I'm just letting you know that this does happen. Be wary. Anyway, I guess we'll carry on with this video. See if they frustrate me further.
We find the storage facility nothing too exciting, and then
we gotta find one little thing.
that's true.
Yeah.
We'll explain that later. But anyway,
Oh, okay. Maybe they were about to talk about it.
this fucking monster, guys.
Tell your
I mean,
face.
Alright though.
Right.
On a lighter note,
So scared of the
on a
monsters.
lighter note, I'm seeing that girl from the library.
We're so scared of the monsters, guys.
Her name's Lexi.
Aw, Vince is dating somebody even though his life is in fucking danger? That's a good idea.
Alright guys, so we decided to try and get things back to normal here with the good old-fashioned movie night. We've got the projector, and I think we're looking up some movies. Al, what do we got cooking? What movies?
Dawn of the Dead or Shaun of the Dead?
Guys?
Dawn, please, God, Dawn.
never seen
Dawn. Sounds like an overwhelming Dawn.
It's good, but it is. Well, Boondocks it is.
Alright, he decided Boondock Saints.
I've never seen
Ah, Boondock Saints. That's a good film.
I'm so movie fan.
Al,
Yeah.
what's that?
Oh, that's great.
Sparky.
Oh,
What do you
no,
mean?
because his
Oh,
dog
yeah.
died. Oh,
Sparky like an
God.
imaginary friend?
I mean, Sparky like the dog I had for the last 4 years.
I mean, guys, you shouldn't treat this as weird. I think this is perfectly self-evident what's happening. It is just...
Jeff.
Dealing with trauma in the way he can.
He's acting less weird than you guys are.
I agree. I think it's... I also think he's the most interesting out of them so
Yes.
far. Even though he's not one of the main four.
This should be his channel. Like, just...
It's... Oh, my God. I mean, that's funny.
What was that?
Dude, I've told him, I fucking told Jeff 1,000 fucking times to take his brother to a goddamn doctor or to a fucking hospital or something, but he just keeps saying,
He tries to be so hardcore, doesn't he?
they'll take him away, I gotta protect him. They'll lock him up.
I'm not gonna lock him up. I'm gonna get him help.
Keeps letting them do this. He's gonna get
Greek
him.
masterpiece.
Yeah, or
Welcome,
fucking,
buddy.
like, I don't know, go crazy and fucking burn their house down or kill himself or some shit.
Jesus.
It's fucked
Yeah,
up.
right?
I thought we were supposed to be normal.
What?
Maybe she wants Evan to cool his jets.
I hope so.
Hey
Mid-June.
guys, so far, the little
Oh yeah, I guess this is mid-June technically.
storage unit. There's not much progress being made on figuring out exactly what it does. I mean, we tore the top fuses off. They used to be hooked on. And really, a lot of the outside's just covered in
Batteries.
electrical tape and grip tape.
And
But there's
batteries.
this metal core that houses the whole unit. And there's the
I've seen a
battery
YouTube
pack
series that parodied this exact
side
video
back of
where they
it.
had this. It was like a remote with an orange strap to the top,
It's-
and they were trying
it's
to
solid,
like
whatever.
seriously analyze it.
I love that. That's funny. It's funny when you know it's ridiculous. That's great.
Yeah, I just wanted to record a little bit to show everyone we're still alive.
Still alive.
Sorry,
Hurt
was
like a
this-
son of a bitch, but still alive.
I think this was April. It said
Late
late
April.
April.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
wanted to
But the video's
record
May and June.
a little bit to show everyone we're still alive.
Still alive. Hurt like a son of a bitch, but still alive.
And Vin and I were looking over the stuff from the storage facility the other night. You know, pictures with him and the kids and families, and we got. I mean, I thought it looked like, I don't know.
Me?
Yeah,
Because that fucking looks exactly like me when I was a kid.
that's what we were thinking.
That looks exactly like me.
And I mean, the ticker was on the back.
It says James and
Yeah.
Evan.
I'm not
James
surprised.
Cornthal.
I'm not surprised that Evan has a Family
You
Guy
know
shirt.
anybody named James?
Yeah.
That
Jeff.
tracks.
I know somebody named James who looks exactly
like the guy we saw,
in the
yeah.
storage facility.
It's just what we were thinking. Bizarre.
Oh, actual evidence of the Dr. Cornthal being their protector for a while.
Well, that was something. That was good.
At least it got fireworks.
No,
Hardly.
you did not get fireworks.
No, you enjoyed it.
No,
You
I told
enjoyed
you.
it.
I told you
Who's Daniel?
Why you
3 times you did not get fucking fireworks.
You know you guys put
Jeff is so quiet.
you
It's
know
funny.
hundreds
of dollars of
We
our
have
own
money.
money.
to buy fireworks.
And I bought fireworks.
What'd you buy, Daniel? Tell me
Imagine a
how much
crap
it was.
load.
Daniel is their friend. Yeah, I did piece that one together, Ren.
Useless piece of shit.
That's it.
Just yet again introducing random characters.
Why would you buy just snakes and sparklers?
This thing took like fucking
Our
4 hours to
wheelchair-bound
build.
neighbors didn't even get a rise out of it.
It was awesome. I liked it.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed
Yeah,
it, bro.
but guys, all I can say is Happy 4th of July.
Hell with it.
Just some friend hanging out on July 4th. Yeah, that's fair.
Please tell me someone else says that.
Ooh.
It's probably just fireworks.
No.
Ooh.
You two stay here. Don't move.
Are you fucking with us right now?
Alex, just stay right there.
Chill, Daniel. Chill, my brother. You guys don't hear that?
No. They're crazy.
They're going down the street.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Did that just come out of the bottom of my car?
The fuck's going on, dude?
Come on.
The one you left me.
Yes, the emergency machine.
And you were going to tell me about this.
Where are you guys going?
He gets so caught up.
Evan had been hiding a machete in Vince's car, I think.
Emergency machete.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you know what? That's not the craziest
Where
thing I
are
would
you
think
guys
from
going?
him. Yeah.
We're getting some stuff.
For what?
Taking you guys ages to arm.
Yo,
Yeah.
Ev, what do you see?
He's out there, man. Fucking huge, man.
What do you want just fine. With this? We'll figure something out.
Okay.
There it is again.
You don't hear this?
I hear crickets.
Go back with Daniel. Stay back, please.
Maybe one of you should take the camera?
Yeah,
Oh,
just to
no, dude.
prove what's going on.
I think they're fucking with us.
Prove that they're not crazy.
I hope so.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, so he's gonna follow them from a. Nope, he's just gonna be really close to them the entire time.
Hey, Slender.
Slender Man. Oh, sound distortion. Whoa. Okay. So they heard Slender Man.
Yes. Guys, I saw it.
You gotta go back.
What is that?
You gotta go back right now, Alex. Oh, how the mighty have fucking fallen, baby.
Did they catch him? I couldn't really tell what was going on there, but it seemed like they caught him. How the mighty have fallen.
Are you guys okay? Is that your blood? Guys.
Why did you do that? Why were we doing that?
That's not what we were looking for. We knew damn well that wasn't what we were trying to kill.
Close enough.
It was a deer. It was a fucking deer. I tried to pull you off, you fucking punched me in the face.
You shouldn't have tried to pull me off.
Why were we doing that?
Slowly and menacingly.
Evan/Habits.
That was just normal Evan.
Yeah, right.
What the hell did we do?
You're having a realization now?
We were all there, man. We had it on tape.
It's not all on tape. What are you talking about?
Guys, we need to call 911 right now.
This isn't. No, we're fine.
For a deer?
You need to call
This isn't
Animal
ours.
control or something like
yeah,
that.
the
blood
Wildlife
is that?
Authority.
Deer, bro.
Give me back my camera.
Also, how did you catch a deer and kill it? Those fuckers are fast, man. Like,
This continues to prove to me, like, Alex and also, to an extent, Jeff. Like, Alex and Jeff are the normal ones of this show.
that's true. Oh, next one is the next video. That's good.
Cool.
Good. Okay, so this is Morse code for what looks like a kind of face. It's dash dot dash dot.
For like B or C. Or, it's like a single letter.
Yeah, I think they've all been single letters, the Morse code ones. Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
This is stupid, but I like the slow guitar. That was cool.
Remember, Jeff, I've got the keys. So if anything goes down, you gotta protect the package. Every minute.
You gotta jump in front of him.
Protect the package.
Protect the package.
Not that I don't trust you.
Oh no, bro. Don't worry about it. I fucking really understand.
Are they doing a ritual or
Guys, get the
something?
fuck out of here. Goes fucking sour.
I'm lost. Oh, this might be one of the
What's
secret
up,
videos.
boys?
Sorry.
Well, my camera's like, what?
Makes a little more sense.
Remember what we were talking about the other night about my brother?
Yeah.
Feral thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we first saw that at the school. And it seemed like he followed at least back to my house.
Yeah.
I mean, we were wide open at the school. Well, how many opportunities has
Yeah,
had
well,
to
so
go wide
possible.
open, and then targets my brother, and then backs off once we're there, once we try to intervene. I mean, we have nothing on him.
Yeah. Fucking home sweet home.
Only one thing missing.
Home sweet ho. Oh,
That's
is
the
that the
rake.
rake? So I guess they're trying to draw him out.
So how have you guys been, alright?
No. Did you see my arm? It looks like fucking.
Dude, Sparky died, man.
Oh, my cousin.
You serious?
Yeah.
What happened?
My
Man,
brother was
it's-
burying her today.
Better if we just don't even fucking. You don't even want to know what happened to her. She got hit by a car. Very mean, very pissed off car.
That would be. Who's Steph?
Pissed off guard.
Has anyone seen her?
No, I haven't seen her lately. I was wondering about that too.
Don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Never seems to want us together. I'll tell you
19
that
years
much.
go by, we forget. And for a moment I thought it was all real.
We saw what we did to your arm, and well, how's that going anyway?
It stings, to say the least.
Well, I don't want to seem like
I'm saying, like, he had his debt to rights, and
yeah,
he fucks
and
up
I don't
on
want to
his
seem
arm
like a
and lets
Debbie
us go
Downer
away.
here and be the bearer of bad news, but maybe he has a stake in us, and he doesn't want this thing attacking us, and it knows.
Oh, good to see Stephanie's still around.
Oh, hey, Steph, I didn't know you were still alive.
Right? Like, fuck have you been? One of the major 4 characters, everybody.
No idea that we were even looking for it, you know? Like, and just when you start feeling like, you know, I can get used to this,
comes back for briefing, and that's when you know shit's about to go down. So I guess we'll see her soon enough.
Well, I've had a warning the past couple weeks. I guess you can call them weeks. I don't, who knows time with wherever the fuck we are. But
Wherever the fuck you are? What?
Something big is gonna happen, gentlemen. I can feel it.
Ever ambitious.
Yeah, we fucking hope so.
Like,
tainted goods.
yeah, that, more or less you can laugh about it, but that fucking seems like what's happening.
Yeah.
I just don't know what. It's not a good thing.
Those fucking things next to you.
Could never get used to that. That was mild stairs.
I say let him watch. He wants to have his little game. Exactly. He wants to have his little game while they happen.
Speaking of games, I got some news from the Habit. He's starting to make this fucking contest or some shit in a couple of months.
Evan, we don't
I
care.
think it's gonna have something to do with us, but I know. I don't know. I don't know what he's looking to do.
He gets more and more elaborate.
Yeah, I think it should be pretty cool, guys. Like, maybe we should sign up.
You know why that is.
This thing won't touch us because it knows where the boss is.
It seems like he freaking targets him.
Well, your brother hasn't, up until this point, has had no stake in this. He hasn't been with us. He's been fine.
He's had no contact with that fucking.
Like you said, we're tainted
thing.
goods, man.
So I don't know if you guys know, but
I'm having.
we got a doctor. How long ago was that?
5 years.
What do you take the lead for? Take mommy.
No, tell her now.
I don't like the way that fucking feels. It feels like there's something. Fuck that. Like something's got a little, like its hands on us. Fuck that. Yeah, he put up a hell of a fight though. God, he's a
You of all
fucking
people
champ.
would know.
Oh shit, yeah, man, right here. Boom.
That's like 30-something years that guy trucked on.
For us. It was all for us, too.
And if he didn't piss off those fucking things.
What it seems
Saying
more and more like.
Corinthal pissed off the
Because you're right,
creatures?
They could
We
have
gotta
tore us to
protect
shreds.
them,
Yeah, that's all we can do.
If we're
Could've.
safeguarded,
Could have. My fucking arm.
whatever. We're not gonna let him go running off and take.
And don't act like
No,
you're not
fuck
getting
that. You
off
gotta
to the
keep
fact that
a
you
much
got in a
closer eye
fight.
on your
Without
brother.
a doubt.
And we don't gotta get your arm fucked up in the process.
Yeah, it could be
Yeah.
more than his arm next time.
You fucking-
It could just be the
He
arm.
spent all day
Evan comes back, it's his other
burying
arm.
his dog. I mean, he's like smart. Like she was like his only freaking friend. I mean, he has some friends in school, but ever since that thing with my parents, went down with the bang, eh?
Yeah, he did. He did.
That was always the style.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I expected nothing less than. Well, I guess when we're done this iteration, we get less more time, or war buddy talk with him.
We're done with this iteration.
Except we won't be the American Legion. But it's the shark, though. Alright.
So it is a cycle.
If I could have keys, I would much appreciate
You can, we'll unlock you when you get back to the...
that. You have the keys again?
When Alex is out of middle school, we'll build our cabin up here.
Who's the one shooting the video with the two adults?
The wind
No.
stopped as soon as we got next.
Because it wasn't the woman.
Probably just another adult. We don't know.
Just get the fucking keys, Jeff!
Oh, might be Minecraft later, guys. That's fun. Okay, so we've seen those videos. The secret one obviously tried to help tell us some
things, yeah.
Yeah.
Some, like I didn't mind the format of it. I think it went on a little bit long.
And some of the stuff was hard to understand.
And I think you're probably right about the iteration thing, but if you are right, I'm gonna hate that because this was not set up, and I have no reason to believe that these idiots can have figured that information out. But there's been no actual indication of it. There's only been the fans telling us this stuff, but it's not actually come across in the story.
I get that. So we have the Jester's Prize is next up. Currently in the possession of Rabbit number 108. God, he looks like a... That's Rabbit 108, everybody.
Hey everyone, it's Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd.
He currently holds the Jester's Prize. That could very well still be the case. Right, Jester's Prize was just going to be in the possession of number 52, winner of round 2, but then obviously that passed on. 228 apparently had it for a little bit. Reduced for some reason the package just said, oh, I see, so 228 agreed to take the Jester's package because of the situation, but then for some reason the package was sent to 108 instead. July 15th, Rabbit 108 received the box. Why she received... She? So that's not Rabbit 108?
Okay.
Well, it definitely says she. Oh my god, wait, there's a little video?
Hello, this is Rabbit number 108, and I have just gotten box 6. This is...
144p!
Okay, I have
This is filmed on a webcam, probably.
It's quiet and me talking, I freak out. But, okay. So this is the box. I got it today. It's mad purple tape. There don't seem to be any, like, scratches on it or anything. Oh, yeah. So there's, like, nothing actually damaged about it. On the side it says 17th on the... Oh, it's backwards. But it's a 7th...
I just want to remind everybody, in case you don't know what the fuck is going on right now. The 7 Trials of Habit is a super fun long tournament side quest with non-main characters involved, except for Habit, obviously, who is the runner of the 7 Trials of Habit. And so this is all community ARG stuff. We're seeing the Jester's Prize being given to the winner of trial number 6. That is what's happening right now.
17th on the 14th, not the something, but I guess, it's kind of,
Open
anyway,
it.
I turned
Yeah, just open
17 yesterday, the 14th, so I'm
Open
assuming
it.
that's what it means. And, let's see, yeah, enjoy yourself on your special day. Let's see if you can get that.
That's because it was her birthday.
Anyway, it says, enjoy yourself on your special day. My camera refuses to.
Yeah, we're just gonna, we're not gonna, we can't watch that. So anyway, box wrapped in purple tape is typical. One side was labeled 6th, which led to most viewers assuming it to be box 6. Another side of the box had 17 and the 14th written on it, a reference to the fact that she had turned the day before receiving it.
She turned 17 the day before.
Yes, that's right. Next side said, enjoy yourself on your special day. Below that it said, yet not the. Overlooked. What had been overlooked is that this was directly beside the word 6th, as if to say, yet not the 6th. Meaning that this was not the 6th box out of the 7 collectibles.
It contained a Bioshock 2 t-shirt.
It contained the shirt that Evan was wearing. Oh, that's kind of cool.
The fucking Habit loot box.
God, I really hope he, washed it before he sent it. Otherwise, that thing could have stunk. Okay, so that's it. Oh, hang on. A necklace with a silver rabbit on it. The 4th piece of the Centralia note. I didn't even realize we had the 3rd piece. Yeah, so we had this one ages ago. Then we had this one from box number 4. Then we apparently had...
it's discovered by Tribe 12.
Oh, okay, so that's why we didn't understand that. That's fine. So Tribe 12 video relating to this. So the new information so far before this 4th one says Shades, password to the unrural narrator. And then with the final one, it says, Wiki Jester of the Court discovered a connection to the novel Pale Fire, which includes both a character named Shade and an unreliable narrator.
Yep.
Okay.
That's true. Yep.
Cool. We might come back to that. Let's get to the Jester's Prize, thank God. Yielded the 4th piece of the note, which confirmed that the total note says Shade's password to the unreliable narrator. However, it included a handwritten annotation saying +133. Early on July 16th, Habit retweeted a link to 2 password-protected files. Hope it was worth it. tinyurl.com/5e. You know what I'm saying. So he sent 2 tinyurl password-protected files, and the first password for the first one turned out to be Pity133. Behind the password was a file named dubious.zip. When unzipped, it contains what appears to be a saved Minecraft level. I wonder if we could play that. If the Minecraft level is restored, you find a sign that says Good Luck Rabbits, and later in the level, a sign saying this place is yours. Tomb password, blarg. Using the password, as the password yields the 1995.pdf, which contains the Corinthal's letters. Oh, okay. So all that to get 2 Corinthal letters, which we might read. So, can we... Is this how... So this is how they get the... So these Minecraft things are how they get the... Okay. Looks like they load into the level. Good luck, rabbits. Looks like they do a bunch of stuff. It's super dark and scary. Oh my god, Minecraft ARG hunting. Wow, don't die out here. Nothing super scary though. No extra mobs or anything. It's fine. We'll carry on. Oh my god, for real? We're not gonna watch all this. Oh my god, oh my god, okay.
So this made a regular Minecraft Let's Play that happened to take place in
the Everyman Hybrid universe. Oh my god, dude. And he doesn't even like have any commentary or anything. Oh, and then it looks like he he died at one point, I think. Yep.
You just hit from behind.
He officially died at one point. It's great. He's got all this music as well.
No need to watch it, is what Ren says.
Oh, I completely agree. It doesn't even look like he fucking gets it at the end. Oh, wait, no, wait. There you go. Gets the password. Great. All that I just said. It's in the playlist. Anyway, we're gonna click to that one. Not that we're gonna watch it yet. We're not gonna yet. We will get to it. Right. So we need to go to the 2 Corinthal letters. Oh my god.
I can read the one or both of them.
Yeah, that's fine. So luckily they're dated one day after each other. So July 22nd and the 23rd back in 1995. Would you like the first or the second?
I don't mind.
Okay. I will. I was going to try to make it easier to read, but apparently not. Okay. Whenever you are ready.
So I'm assuming this is Dr. Corinthal reading this.
I would assume so. It's one of his letters, so.
Okay. I don't remember exactly what the voice I gave him before, but I'll just go with the flow.
Thank you, guys. We're doing our best.
7 is July.
Yes, July 22nd.
July 22nd, 1995. Although I'm far removed from the practice, I'm asked for my medical opinions and for various interviews involving my time in Ohio every so often. The Fellows Council held their annual meeting today. They wanted me to make an appearance. Why in Florida, the good Lord only knows. During the open action bit of the conference, Roberts brought up the case study report of the mining town 4. I hadn't realized that people were still actually researching the children. You would have thought that they had a celebrity in attendance. Well, an infamous convict, at least. Today, I was the medical fellowship Charles Manson. For such educated men and women, you wouldn't believe the nonsensical things they shouted at me, accused me of. I was a murderer, a rapist even. Marianne tried to reassure me via a long-distance phone call that night. Bless her, but it wasn't very helpful.
Scroll.
Roberts tried to stop me from storming out. I may have punched him. I forget. I may have, I may not have. Who can say?
He might remember, but I don't.
I had to leave that forsaken auditorium, which was adjacent to the facility's pediatrics ward. I noticed a young boy with sloppy brown hair receiving stitches in his arm. There was some family, the attending nurse, and a police officer present. This caught my curiosity. Pardon me. I forgot about the rubbish concerning the fellows' meeting and stopped in to listen. Something about plunging from a park ranger's tower. Playing a game. Not his fault. Man made him do it.
Man.
My veins ran cold at the nonchalant statement. I may have shoved the questioning policeman aside to talk to the boy, and promptly gotten arrested.
Assaulting a police officer, you're right.
He greeted himself as Milo. I can't help but to compare his stories with my children's. I'm going back to speak to him and his family tomorrow at their house. I've arranged plans to do so. What are the odds that this boy and I are visitors in a neighboring state on the same day, in the same facility?
Okay. Nick, did anybody tell us the meaning of the last Morse code video and what it taught? We have ideas and a level of interpretation. Oh, excuse me. If you'd like to give us a little bit more information,
I don't.
That is welcome.
I don't really want to know, but you can find out.
I mean, I'm curious. I'm curious for more information and interpretation because the more info we have, at least the more understanding we can have. Otherwise, there's plenty of stuff that just like is irrelevant, sadly. But at least the Morse code video was interesting. It was interesting, and it was well shot, and it was a bit strange. But that's the beauty of this, right? Like, it should be something mysterious and interesting, and that's what that was. Whereas a lot of the other content is like day in the life boy vlogs, and like they aren't taking anything seriously, which doesn't feel appropriate in my opinion because they're being attacked and they're having weird episodes themselves. It feels like they should be taking things more seriously, but whatever. Okay, July 23rd, 1995. Maybe I'm just seeing patterns or possible leads in desperation. I do not care anymore, honestly. This young boy, Milo Asher, is incredibly unique compared to the other children I have spoken with since... Oh, I've spoken with since... that's a long fucking sentence.
Incredibly unique compared to the other children I've spoken with since I've lost my own.
Is not unusually talented or gifted or anything of that nature at all. Curiously enough, he is remarkably average as far as children are concerned. Milo is a boring-ass bitch. However, the way he speaks about his dreams, that is what sets Milo apart from the others. A lot of vivid details about anime boo-boos. Since the 80s, I've spoken to many children who were disturbed due to a terrible father figure or an alcoholic mother or an abusive sibling, etc., etc. Of course, they each deserve the utmost attention and care in order to cease this unnecessary scarring. But these incidents, they were not what I was looking for. As a doctor, of course, I wanted to help them. However, if that was simply the case, I would still be home. If that were the case, I would have never left Ohio. If that were the case, Milo would have been just another boy resisting stitches in the hallway of a busy hospital. Why would he resist him? I arrived at the Asher household around 11 a.m. It was a comfortable house in a quiet neighborhood just outside of the heavily developed portion of town. I may have driven through it on the way to a convention in Florida. It seemed that Mr. Asher was relatively happy to see me. If nothing else, she wasn't spiteful of her son's necessity for help. She helped me to the kitchen, and I found Milo colouring at the table. We were offered tea, and he had accepted for each of us. What? We were offered tea, and he had accepted for each of us. Who?
I think Milo.
Milo is a child.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be drinking tea. Mrs. Asher had apparently lost her husband Robert years earlier, so I swooped in. Considering Milo must have been very young when this happened, I did not push on the topic. There was no need to dwell on such subjects. On the way to the house, I had stopped at a craft parlour and purchased a small key and lock journal for the boy. The way he spoke out of the hospital led me to believe that he enjoyed stringing words together, regardless of what he was actually saying. I was correct. He was extremely surprised and eager to mess around with it. When I took it out of my bag, he rapidly came to the realization that a key and lock journal required an actual key to properly work with. I used to have one of those. He would have had to speak before he received the key. Ah, wow, that's mean. He was relatively easy to work with. He didn't avoid the questioning. He didn't duck around corners or avert the situation on hand. Without me even mentioning it, he brought up dreams and the recurring nightmares that he had been having. His other doctor had simply dismissed them as night terrors and of no medical concern. This was, of course, overlooking the fact that a seemingly sentient entity had told young Milo to leap from a ranger's tower in a park. I would like to know the name of this foolish doctor. So you're telling me Milo, this kid who is, I think, single-digit age, maybe double-digit age, but a child, leapt from a ranger's tower and only had to get stitches in his arm. Have you guys ever seen a ranger's tower?
They are tall.
They are pretty fucking high. Like, this kid probably would have died. But, plot armor. Let's just go with this. That's fine. The discussion led to the key player, subtle pun intended, in that beloved phrase that seemed to be popping up everywhere in my personal history. Man. The man made me do it. Man doesn't like to share, etc. I could not possibly overlook this detail. It screamed of parallels between Milo and my own children. So many men. So little time. I had nearly spat out my tea. Or choked. Or both. Hoping that I had not fooled myself into believing that Milo was more similar to my own than he actually was, I had overlooked my old diary entries when I returned from the Asher house. The quotes were all there, almost 25 years ago, and again today, coming from a young boy who seemed to enjoy recklessness a bit too much. So we discussed the man for quite a bit. In an almost whimsical nature, this is a fucking long one, Milo described this creature. Tall, lanky in structure, dozens upon dozens of branch-like appendages, massive hog, a completely featureless face. I had asked Milo if he enjoyed horror movies. He didn't really care for them. I remember my children's various pieces of artwork from over the years. Just before I sat down to this diary entry, I dusted off my old chest and re-examined the kids' old pieces. The cod pieces? What pieces? Evan's picture book, Stephanie and Vincent drawing, and Jeffrey's short stories. He was never a good artist. Briefly sweeping over them, there were numerous hints towards this tall man. Good God.
Do you want me to take over?
Keeps going for a bit. Let's see. Good God. That's alright, I got it. Milo seemed frightened of this man, but also had a sense of, let's just say, je ne sais quoi. Concerned respect. Accepted inevitability. This worried me a great deal. He didn't seem eager to rid himself of this man. More so that he accepted this as how things would be and could not seek an accommodating change from its standing. He went on to tell me that this man had a particular plan for him. For other children, too. He was going to open an amusement park. They were all going to go on a great journey together. Oh, like Halo. The way Milo described it seemed like a vacation, disregarding the melancholy nature in which he told it. I felt incredibly foolish asking him this, and I still do for recollecting it. But I asked him. I asked him if he knew any of my children. Any children named Evan, Jeffrey, Vincent, or Stephanie. Almost expectedly, he didn't. A television that was on in the living room unexpectedly shot up to maximum volume and then promptly turned off. Mrs. Asher muttered something under her breath, and I heard her rise from her seat to examine the piece. The silence between the peculiar incident concerning the TV and Mrs. Asher's comment was occupied by this dull buzzing noise that seemed to be emitting from the entire house, almost as if a microphone was just nearly too close to its speaker. Milo's attention suddenly perked up, and he told me that he knew my children, contradicting his previous uncertainties. They've already been there, Doctor. I was aghast. I asked Milo what he meant. His attention snapped. Yet again, and he stared at me curiously. He had no idea what I was talking about. I thanked the boy and his mother and was on my way. I promised to be back in touch with them soon. As soon as I had entered my car, I broke down sobbing for a few moments. What the hell did the boy mean? They've already been there, Doctor. They've been dead since 1981. I cannot do anything to change that. Milo was confused. I can't go off an impaired child's hand-off comments in order to chance the impossible. Oh, that was confusing for me to read. I won't risk dragging Linny back into this. She has her own life now. We keep you... So frustrating. But what did they mean? They've already been there. Does this mean that they have left this place? That they've escaped?
Okay, that makes some more sense to me then.
It's very interesting, but yet again, Linny's getting brought back into this. We still don't know who the fuck Linny is.
It's somebody else who has...
It's just, so many ideas, and nothing is fully fleshed out, and they're slowly trying to piece everything together through a really bizarre way, and conveniently they remember that there are other things going on as well, and they have to inevitably answer that stuff too.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that, but that being said, I liked this letter. The first one was unnecessary.
That's true. This letter was interesting. At least it kind of told a bit more of the story, including a weird potential motivation of the Slender Man stuff.
And it's implying that like the kids from the 70s, they died in 1981, but really like the Slender Man took them somewhere. They took, like as the Slender Man puts it, like took them on a journey. And so that has something to do with how they're here now in the present. So like that's something I can work with. That's something that I'm okay with.
Something, but we're still not getting every answer. But I suppose it's fine. We'll eventually get there.
There's a note at the end of the second letter. Yeah, on a rather curious side note.
Go for it.
On a rather curious side note, as I left the house of Asher, I noticed something across the way. There was a torn piece of black cloth, gently pinched to a dying thorn bush that had caught my eye. I pulled the burlap-esque material from the plant and felt suddenly lightheaded. This cloth gave my skin the sensation of a soft vibration and made me feel slightly ill. I was going to take it to an old friend to see if he could make any sense of it. What? So now there's a lightheaded cloth.
So he found a random piece of cloth on a bush nearby. and decided to take it with him, and it made him feel sick. Okay, well, you know, it's still good info that he found something that perhaps is otherworldly. That's something. That is absolutely something.
Maybe it's like a piece of the Slender Man's suit.
It could be. It could be. Ren will clear things up when needed, but you think it's also good to sit with the info rather than over-explain. I get that. And yet again, especially when we have good, proper discussion points, that'll be the time to really break down the info. Linny is Cornthal's 5th adopted child. Well, I know that. I understand that there's a 5th child, which then, yet again, has parallels to, like, the Alex thing and stuff like that. Or Jessa, I don't fucking know. But it's like, Linny gets brought up a few times. That's kind of it. I mean, maybe that's just all it is. Maybe it's just that Cornthal had more than these 4. Maybe the 4 are special and the other kids he, I guess, adopts doesn't fucking matter. Just weird that he brings them up, you know, when they're not relevant to the story. You know what I mean? Like, if you brought her up once or twice, fine. But she still keeps popping up in certain things relating to Corthal. And it's like, well, why? Is that really relevant here anymore? Because we're so far into the story, is that relevant? You know, like, it should be mostly relevant shit at this point. That he adopted after the death of the other 4. He gave her up to live with Rose and William in his pursuit for answers for the deaths of the 4. She will be relevant later. Okay, that's fine. But he gave her up after he adopted her because the 4 died? But she's going to be... it's even more confusing now. But you know what? This whole series is, and that's okay. Because, as you said, maybe things will piece together. So let's watch Sigma.
Bring it on.
Alright. What's up, Alex? Say hello to the internet.
What's up, internet?
Hi, Alex.
Hey, guys.
Hey. So, I want to thank you, Alex, for being so patient with me and letting me stab your thumb there.
Yeah, it's pulsing right now.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay.
Here, actually, could you take this?
Yeah, it's not as bad as the other guys.
I hope we don't get an explanation for that.
Yeah,
True.
I just wanted to stab his thumb.
Actually, I'm kind of surprised that your brother let you come over here. He's so protective of you lately, like keeping you.
He doesn't really know me right now, so if
he decided to take his cast,
that'll be great.
A second weird camera. Okay. Oh, hang on. Is there another person there that they can't see?
What? Where? What?
Jeff.
Well, that's Jeff. That's Alex.
Yeah. But if so he's literally talking to Alex here in this video, and he's basically making it sound like Jeff doesn't know that this is happening. And then we cut to what looks like, I guess it could be earlier.
Yeah, it could take place anytime.
It could be earlier. It could be earlier or something. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm just confused because I thought it was like the same time. Good luck, clown.
I wouldn't want him hanging out with Evan either.
Yeah, for fucking real.
It sounds stupid. I just want friends too. I know. And they don't have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with you. You know, talking with them, like we're all fine. It's just it doesn't make sense. I know. It's just I don't want you. I don't know. I know it's.
It's quite clear Alex doesn't follow instructions.
I just don't want it. I would just prefer not to happen. Are you guys like done or something? No, I don't know.
But Jeff, you could explain a bit more.
All right, man.
Could just say he's a psychopath.
Then let's get you out of here quick. Internet. Here's what I brought all of you here for. Don't touch. No, I was kidding. You touch it. This thing. When we found it, we had no fucking idea what it was, what it did.
That was
to be
ticking
honest,
like a Geiger counter.
I still really don't, but Jeff kind of does. Thanks to some notes or something that you guys gave us. Something about this thing detects some kind of like sigma radiation, something like that. Don't throw my knives around, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it ticked in the storage facility when we saw him, like right there. It was going crazy. It was, and apparently, this sigma radiation comes off of the Slender Man. He emits it, like, I don't know, BO or something. Again, I don't know too much about what that means, but I've been fiddling with this, and here's what I found. I got this idea back when my arm got clawed up at your house. And we were running through your house, and I was bleeding all over the place, which I apologize again for, by the way.
So he's seeing if Alex's blood also triggers it. Because he's aware that he and the others will.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Weird. So I snagged this from your brother's house a few days ago. And here's what I found. This is a bit of your blood. Okay? Yep, over there. This is a bit of my blood. Now, check this out. Remember, this thing detects some kind of radiation. Nothing.
Nothing out
Hey,
of
you are radiation
Alex.
free.
Okay.
Congratulations. Sweet.
But then Evan.
I still heard clicks and noises.
Oh,
Okay.
that's weird, dude.
He really should have done his blood first, and then done Alex.
Dude, that's weird.
Just in case you think it's glitching up.
Slenderman's a Sigma male, confirmed.
It's not.
Yeah, I didn't want to make that joke, but yeah.
Apparently Evan is as well.
I don't know what that means. And it's kind of unsettling to think, hey, you know, same kind of radiation that comes off of BO from monsters. Fucking wonderful. It's just some creepy shit, man. Unnerving as hell, you know what I mean?
No. Stop. First off, who the fuck are you?
Tribe 12 guy.
No wonder I like never recognize him. Okay, trial 7. Oh my god, the final trial.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Which of us will be reading Habit this time?
I don't mind. Late on August 29th, Habit announced that he would be releasing Trial 7 in the next few minutes. Do you want to, or should I?
Get ready, rabbits. Your final and 7th trial will be released in mere minutes.
About 20 minutes later, the rabbits received the following email.
Well, rabbits, we've...
Sorry, it's hard to keep that voice going.
We've come a long way. Here are the terms of your 7th and final trial. For a moment, though, just consider. We're all like one big happy family.
You're Captain Barbosa.
We have the brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, distant weird cousins, like Cousin Carl, who you may or may not have felt up in the guest bedroom that one Thanksgiving. Okay, I retract my joke.
We don't have a Cousin Carl, don't worry.
But we do.
Or an Uncle Carl.
But, okay, whatever.
He's not our cousin.
His mom's, but
yeah.
But okay, whatever.
Yes, one loving family. Your deadline for the final trial is indefinite. Remember, the trials will continue so long as there are at least 2 competing rabbits. Trial 7.
Continue.
Keep your body breathing. Good luck, rabbits.
That's a really lame trial. Come on, man. That's the last one. Like, keep your body breathing.
The trials will continue. Just kidding. The only trial, he means. Okay. Extra innings. On May 26th, about 9 months since the last trial tweeted thing.
Habit tweeted
extra innings.
Extra innings.
The rabbits received the following email.
Bum 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 bum. Batter up. We're into the extra innings.
It was not worth doing it for that joke.
You were hurting yourself.
It was not worth doing that for that joke. Okay.
Respond with a properly formatted mailing address. Your cooperation is appreciated. I pray the year remains kind.
I thought it said king. It says kind.
Rabbit number 228, who lives in Australia, received an additional email requesting his telephone number. No other rabbit received this request.
Hey boy, what's your number? Can I holler?
You're kind of cute, though. On June 4th, the rabbits began reporting that they had received envelopes from Habit. Right. After all that stuff,
Envelopes contained a handmade card with... Okay, you scroll down.
That's fine. So, looks like Rabbit 41 ink ribbon said, I ran up the stairs into their bedroom and I found my daughter cold blue on the ground. Evan was sitting in the corner watching his eyes wide. I demanded to know what had happened. I scooped her up in my arm, reacting, not thinking. Life started once more as I found that she still held a pulse, a spark of life. Rabbit 46 got an ink ribbon, and it said, hours, emergency nurses and physicians, lists of questions later. We were home. Were she a teen, she probably would have been placed under a suicide watch. Rabbit 61's ink ribbon said, however, and probably for the worse, I withheld, my children's detailed histories from the ER that we had not the previously misfortune to visit. After piecing together the information from my children, it was determined that she had accidentally taken far too much of her daily doses. Rabbit 82, I'm not sure how this happened, as we had instilled a tried and true method of counting for each of the children's routines. Regardless, she was recovering, but we cannot even try to pretend that she's the same. She's distanced herself from us, her family, since her accident. She barely even talks to Evan anymore, easily her best friend. 89, I tried to talk to her directly, and she just looks off, towards the blank wall, at a window, anywhere but the situation at hand. I tried talking to Evan about this, to see what he thought about her distance. 108, he smirked. Maybe it's best that she just stays quiet. Maybe it's for the better. I asked him what the hell he meant. Maybe it's just better so she won't overdose again.
Thanks, Evan.
And then 228, always a mediator, always looking to deflect. Young Vincent took his attention and they went outside to play in the yard. Jeffrey had been watching from the stairwell. I don't know if it's Stephanie or Blinny, because we don't know any dates or anything of that. Clearly it's in the 80s, or maybe the 70s, whatever. Okay. Well, is there any other information down here? No. Okay, well, that's not super helpful then.
No.
Just more weird storytelling. Oh, God, no. Final box is later shit.
Okay.
Okay. So, guys, we've reached the crossover with Tribe 12, Noah, and Noah Release 1. You guys want to watch these? If they're not super canonical or important, we could skip them. But if you guys want to watch them, I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to let you guys decide. We'll take 2, 3, 5 minutes to do that. It's not a problem.
But also, we also understand that Tribe 12 is a series that we're not going to touch, and we understand there's a reason to just stay away from it right now.
Yeah, so that's why we're letting you guys decide if we're going to do it or not. Yet again, if it's not even super relevant, I'm happy to skip it, but I'm leaving it up to you guys. That is entirely up to you guys. We honor your decision. Let's see. You're going to go back working. Okay. No Maxwell jump scare. What plugin do I use for YouTube? What plugin? What do you mean? What plugins do I use for YouTube, Clown Duck? I'm very confused by your question. I live stream to YouTube. That's not a plugin though. That is a broadcasting software. So, just kind of curious what you're actually trying to ask here.
It's like most video software kind of like naturally exports into file format that YouTube accepts. But also like YouTube has guidelines and stuff. They'll tell you what formats are accepted.
What? You talk about uploading videos to YouTube?
Yeah, like what? Like,
well, he's asking about plugins.
Yeah, but videos use plugins.
Yeah, but
YouTube is not known for streaming. YouTube's known for uploading videos.
Well, yeah.
My first thought when you ask about YouTube is what like videos are uploading to it.
I thought he was asking what plugins am I using for the stream.
Okay.
To do, say, the things like we're seeing on stream, but this is all built-in features. I don't have any plugins for the stream.
Well, that also makes sense then. Yeah, because you are streaming, so it would make sense to ask about that.
Exactly. That's why I was like, I'd like a little bit more clarification as to what exactly we're talking. Because I mean, you're also right. That's why I was just confused. But hopefully he'll come back to us, and if he doesn't, well then, I don't know what to do with that. Chaos was having a bit of buffering. No problem. This does happen. Sometimes it's even on our end, but I'm not reporting anything weird from our studio, so could just be weird YouTube times. Does happen. Ren says most relevant info from Noah is the document. Oh, okay. Do you mean this release 1 thing? Because we could just look at the document and not even watch the video. I'm cool with that. If there's anything super important, it might not be. I don't know. The vid is just them meeting up to talk about their own shit and how it relates to one another, right? The document's the only important part. You mean for YouTube? I understand that, Clown. I understand.
That doesn't clarify anything.
I understand what you're asking is about a YouTube-related question.
Yeah, it's the plugging part that we don't know.
Yes. So, are you asking about plugins? Are you asking about plugging content?
Like seeing the channel states.
Like seeing the channel states. You mean just like the analytics side? Because that's the YouTube Creator Studio. There's an entire website for that, or a phone app. I'm assuming you're asking about the channel stats.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
That's what I'm thinking. In which case, yeah, you're looking for the YouTube Creator Studio. That's what you're looking for.
Like, isn't it was usually like the hamburger button? Like there's a button at the top left of YouTube that you can click on that brings up like a side menu of like it's got like you and
like a bunch of
your videos and like,
sometimes Creator Studios in there, or you can just literally Google it and it'll show up, and you just log in with your channel, and then from there you get all the analytics and the stats and stuff. I obviously am not going to show mine on stream because it also shows financial stuff, and I don't want to
that's fair.
Show how poor I am. So
that's fair.
Yeah, like other people's stats.
I don't think you can like.
Yeah. So for me, okay, I understand. So I use it is a plugin, technically speaking, or an extension. They also call it. It's called TubeBuddy, is what I use, which is a TubeBuddy. There's also vidIQ. There's a couple of other ones, vidIQ, and I think like 3 other ones. But the one I use is TubeBuddy. It likes to pester me about paying for the service, but just for like seeing stats, that it's free. So yes, you can do that. Anyway, typos are easy to do. No worries. Just read the no release. We will possum. My goodness, buddy. We were just dealing with like work stuff, bro. It's okay. We're right here. Kamate way. Kamate. We're all good. Goodness. Just such rushing fans, aren't they? Okay. So
more Dr. Cornthal.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is. The original document was found among the papers in Dr. Cornthal's storage locker in the video The Cornthal Connection. Jesse's back. Okay. So, the transcript. You weren't being rude, you were trying to explain what's next. Oh, okay, gotcha. I apologize. I just misunderstood what you're saying. So this is December 14th, 1990. I feel uncomfortable. It's been 2 weeks since I've dreamt at all. The silence has been incredibly nurturing. However, this afternoon I fell asleep in my sunroom, just after reading some novel. It wasn't a night terror. It wasn't images of my family. It was just odd. Visions, glimpses, flashes of a man and a woman, complete strangers to me, having sex. These scenes were cut between a conversation that my Linny was having with good old William. A conversation that seemed to predate whatever episode I had accounted for of Linny's a month ago. I can't recall the whole conversation, but it was all very confusing. No, Lynn, you weren't blood-related. Yes, you all seemed to get along very well. I know. You're right. The resemblance is uncanny. It just doesn't feel right. If you're going to go, just be careful. I'll call you if I find anything that can give you a little bit of insight. I know how insane it must all sound. Linny left William and dear Rose to find someone. She was confused about her former sibling's life and demise. Someone who seemed to know about them as well. Maybe it's time to rethink the scope of my investigation.
Right.
And that's from Cornthal? That doesn't make sense. Because this sounds like it's from the aspect of her new family after Linny was given away. Right? Because I think William and Rose, I'm guessing they're like her newly adopted parents in this scenario. Or I guess it could have been Cornthal. But then, so Cornthal started having weird visions of people having sex?
Yeah.
What?
I don't think that this document was necessary. Like, I
mean, I guess it tells us that Linny decided to go find out about her past.
Yeah, but like, they could have just mentioned that when she becomes relevant
It could have been a little slip of paper that literally said, you know, Linny's left her new family to find out about her past. Could have been that.
Or just, like I said, like, wait until she becomes relevant again, and then just tell us that.
Hey, Ren. I have a really important question that I really, really need you to answer here. Let me get real serious here. Sorry, here we go. So these two people having sex. Do we ever find out who they are? And are they incredibly relevant to the plot? Like, are they boning? Is that going to be world-shattering later on? Because if not, it's just yet another fucking random detail that they decided to throw into the story to be shocking. Like, I'm honestly surprised that he didn't go further about, like, oh, they were 69ing and they doggied up and down the fucking stairway and stuff. Like, it just felt, why? I mean, okay, it's bizarre, Ren. It's bizarre.
Ren has no idea why the detail was put in.
You have no idea. That's fine. That's fine. I'm glad that we're all on the same page, that some things are, like, unnecessary, right? That's fine. You meant to clarify that Lenny was adopted just before the other kids died. Yeah. I assumed I assumed that Lenny probably knew the other kids, at least to an extent, before being given away based on the fact that the 4 died, right? And that was a big reason why Lenny was given away as well, because of safety and all the crazy shit with Corenthal. That much I understand. But then based on this Noah release document thing, essentially it's just saying that Lenny tried to figure out stuff about her past and has left her adopted parents to figure that out. I think I'm pretty sure we're all in agreement with that. If for some reason I'm wrong, then that's surprising. Anyway, so that's that. Corenthal saw people have sex.
In his dream. Yep. In
his dream. Yeah, okay. Do we ever find out who those people are? I sure hope so. Let's see. Halloween Hangover. So we skip that. Halloween Hangover. Let's go. Thank God. Cornthal's a horn dog. What they haven't shown you. I'm sorry. What they haven't shown you. There we go. It's like a feminine font.
What they should call him is Hornthal.
Hornythal.
Jeff, are there a man and a woman having sex in there?
Jeff, stop fucking the rake.
Jeff, that didn't answer my question.
Seem like now somebody should be under his bed, like grabbing him and shit. That'd be cool. Okay. Jeff put some shoes on. Or some socks, right? Okay.
And also, Jeff, there are other bands. Not everything has to be about the Beatles.
Okay, so just, I guess, them all hanging out at their respective houses or in the same house. Quick, get the pictures. Oh!
I think that was supposed to be Sparky.
Yeah, so...
That's cool. And I also like to have this part's VHS for some reason.
Yeah, it's like a weird security camera footage, which maybe they're not even aware is there.
They probably are, because it's in the video. They had to have put it in the video. Yeah. Well, then again, the series hasn't really operated on those rules before.
So I'm guessing the rake appeared, disappeared. Sparky appeared randomly.
Flood motif.
More weird. I'm guessing that's Slender Man, super tall person in a suit. Somebody coming into the kitchen, surprised, backing away, running away.
Oh, that was cool.
What?
I didn't even realize that was a Slender Man there.
Oh, you didn't see the Slender? Okay.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. I noticed the hand in the tall suit-like thing, and I was like, Slender Man.
I just thought it was like darkness. I didn't really even register until it moved.
Jeff's gonna take his Viagra so we can have round 2 with the rake.
Yeah, this part's definitely Marble Hornets coded.
Contemplating whether he should continue this abusive relationship he has. I mean, he's fucking a monster, you know? Like, I get it. Guessing he's taken too many pills. Potentially trying to end his own life.
Oh, there she is. It's okay, she's creepy too. She's used to it. I'll tell you, man, this is probably one of the...
Jeff OT's on Viagra.
The only good thing to come out.
Has to go to the hospital because his erection lasts more than 4 hours.
I feel normal. It feels almost like it did before all this shit went down. You know, when I'm with her, it's nice. It's calm.
It's good that you have a girlfriend, buddy.
How would you know?
Well, you know, Steph's been living with me.
Oh, yeah?
Connecting.
Very heteronormative messaging here we got show.
Oh, no.
He left his door open again for the neighborhood to hear him fucking the rake.
Turn on the lights around the corner. Get that switch. Oh, shit. Lex? What are you doing?
They weren't supposed to fuck outside the room! Or is this not Jeff's house? They keep mentioning Lex. So looking for Lexi.
Evan, there are other weapons in the world besides just knives.
Like
Knives aren't even that efficient.
Just take off your shoe. You could beat people with that. Like, you know, yeah, change it up.
Shut.
At least this is cool. Like, even if it's shaky cam and hard
Yeah.
to see stuff, like, it's at least a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, this is fine.
It's Vinny's girlfriend house. Okay, so...
Somebody's standing at the top of the stairs.
I think Vinny. He's the only one wearing glass. Oh, Slenderman. Yep.
Oh, I did that.
Oh, there's Slendy again, I'm guessing. He's not as tall as he should be. He should be taller than a doorway, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Maybe he can change his size. The not so slender man. the put on a few pounds man. Raked it because a rake is hella inconsiderate. Get the Mexican mum weapon. Let's let the poor guy hyperfixate on knives if he wants. He's allowed to, it's fine.
No, okay.
I really wanted to, like, go into a house, he's looking for a knife, and there's no knives.
What was that scream?
Just, like, he freaks out because there's no knives in the house. That'd be funny. So Vinny is, coughing. He's being chased by Slenderman. He's having a bad time. Probably coughing up blood, I bet.
Yep.
And then when they went into Lexi's house, that was what was in the sink. So this is from before.
That's cool.
That's nice imagery. You like that. It's always lucky when you get something like that. No, stop! Stop! That's also when Skyrim came.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But, you know, that's obviously not what's going on here.
It's also a Homestuck day. There are quite a few Homestuck days,
All right.
actually.
Happy birthday. And then Outside Help. Oh my god, we've almost finished Chapter 2. Well, you know what? We'll watch Happy... Oh, no, that's Tribe 12. No, fuck that.
Yeah.
Outside Help.
Here we go.
This is apparently where things are going to start getting more interesting. We're very excited to see if this is true. I gotta admit, 1080p, that's an improvement. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's do this.
Man, pretty good. How you been? I'm a good, yeah. Did you, fuck?
Did you
hear
fuck?
about what happened? No, what happened? My house? No, what happened? Well,
Like, pause the TV if you're gonna talk.
Who's Ben? They have so many fucking random friends that they interview.
First name Ben, surname Drowned.
filming, you know, the health thing, and then we're doing the random little slender monster in there. You know?
If that happens, I swear to fucking God.
Well, apparently some joker thought that it would be funny to break into my house dressed up as the Slender Man. Really? Yeah.
This is Nick, just another friend.
No, man, I would never do that.
But I thought I said Ben.
Might have just been
It could have been a bad
subtitles.
trend, yeah.
You know, but honestly, bro, I don't know.
So they're seeking outside help. So they're telling somebody else about what's been happening.
Last name Baby Hands.
No, I know.
And then escape.
True that. Yeah, I'd probably hear you coming a mile away.
Yeah, Habit's gonna be unhappy about that. Well, I don't give a shit about it if Habit's happy or not. He's like the least scary part of this series.
Hello, Evan? What's up, brother? Evan, what the fuck is going on?
I'm wearing a shirt.
Hello?
Yeah. Jeff didn't tell you?
No, he called me and told me that you sent Steph over to his place because shit was going down at yours.
Shit.
Oh, he's not wearing a shirt.
Well, I don't know how to explain it, but I guess I'll just give you the brief story. Do you remember Nick?
Yeah, Nick is pretty hard to forget. He's built like a monster and as big as a house. Yeah, I remember Nick.
Nick!
You're fucking right, he is, man. Or he was.
Oh, what do you mean he was?
Well, Nick broke into my house tonight.
Holy shit. He broke in like, hey, joking around, like we thought he did last time, or he actually broke into your house?
He tried to kill me, man. He got I'm fucked up 6 ways to Sunday, you know. Steph's to me probably broke 1 or 2 of my ribs, she thinks, or it hurts like a motherfucker, man.
Why the hell did he
Back
do that?
on my hand. What?
Why did he do that? Did he say anything? Did he just come in and start wailing on you and leave?
If I know, yeah. He comes in, fucking sneaks into my goddamn house. I'm just playing Splatterhouse. He sneaks in. My fucking stereo starts playing. I go over to turn it off, and there he is, beating my ass. Fucking whooped the shit out of me back and forth across my little goddamn basement.
Jesus.
I mean, fucking... Dude, look at his fucking eyes. That shit wasn't right, dude. He was fucked up. And I kept asking him, and, you know, demanding that he tell me what the fuck he was doing. Why he was in my fucking house beating the shit out of me. Nothing. He just fucking smiled.
Alright, well, you're safe now. He's gone.
Did you kill him? I think so.
He's dead.
Mm-hmm. He seems like super remorse about it.
What do you mean he's
Yeah.
dead?
Like not typically Evan
Did you do it?
habit style. Yeah. This is good though.
I don't know.
This is really good. Really well done.
No, I didn't kill him. I didn't.
It just makes me wish the whole series could have been like
want
this.
to kill him. I didn't kill him.
It feels like those murder
I don't think it was
documentaries.
real,
Yeah.
though. I don't think it was even real.
It was like a 911 call.
Calm
Yeah.
down. Tell me what
Then we were
happened. Tell me
fighting in my
what happened.
basement. Fighting in my fucking basement, man.
Okay.
And then we're somewhere else. We're fucking somewhere else. So fucking weird. So then, I mean, it could have just been fake, right? It could have just been fake.
Yeah, you could have, Evan, you could have passed out, you could have blacked out, and maybe you thought you killed him and he just went away. I mean, if there's no body, right? I mean, he's not there. Nick's not there with you. So he had to have gone somewhere.
I felt his head crack. I felt it fucking snap, brother.
All right, Evan, I know
My
how you must
fucking
feel.
hands, Vinny. It was my fucking hands that did it. Fuck, that fucking hurt.
I know how you must feel, but we got to make sure that this actually happened. Where you said that you weren't in your basement. Where did you go? Where could you have gone?
It was that tree, you know, that fucking tree, up in the hiking trail.
Oh, the tree at Ballpate.
Yeah, Ballpate.
How the hell did you get there?
I don't know, Vinny. But all I remember clear was he had me up against a fucking wall, and I don't know. It was like something knocking on the inside of my head, something clawing. It was like saying, you know, let me help, you know what I mean? It felt like that. Let me help and we can take him, and then
All right, Evan.
the next thing I know is we're there. I'm not me, I'm fucking... It was my head. It was fucking neck.
Evan, it's gonna be okay. Just calm down. Take a couple deep breaths. I'm on my way. I'm about halfway to your house. We'll sit down. It'll be safe at your house. We can talk this out. We can get a little R&R. We'll work this out. Me and you, we're gonna get through this. Jeff's got Steph. He's protecting her. We'll take care of what's going on with you right now, okay?
Thanks, man.
No problem.
I appreciate that.
Now, is there anything?
One more thing.
Oh, what's up?
I don't know if I mentioned this, but after our little scuffle, I walked around a bit dazed, a bit confused, and I think internally bleeding. And I noticed on the ground a little camera that I know damn sure I didn't put it there.
All right.
One of ours, I'm pretty fucking sure he didn't bring a fucking camera with him. It was lying on the ground. You know what it looked like?
What?
Like tiny little black fucking camera.
Oh, no.
Little antenna sticking out of it. It's probably the size of my thumb.
Evan, I think what you got right now is what we call a pinhole camera. And that means that someone, or something, or a fucking combination of the two, is watching you or us. Because those things, as you said, it had an antenna on it?
Yeah.
That means that someone is recording it from somewhere. So, fuck. How many did you find?
No, then I'm looking at one right now.
Alright, so you've got 2?
There.
Alright, well, what we'll do is when I come over, we'll look for more. I mean, I can't imagine that there'd be many more, but we'll come look. And then we'll have to scour my house and Jeff's house. But Evan, we're gonna get through this, okay? I promise.
Thanks.
We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna make it through.
Yeah, you're right.
Alright, I'm on my way. I'll be there in a minute.
We'll see you soon, brother.
Alright. Try and sit down and get some rest, okay?
Yeah.
I know it's hard, but just try.
Okay. Well, that was good. So that has brought us up to to the end of our Chapter 2 stuff, and it also says this is where non-video content slows down considerably. Yay!
I'm shocked that we're still not at the last video that I'd seen. So I apparently had gotten pretty far into this back in the day.
You apparently did. You apparently really, really did.
I don't remember I'd say 3/4 of this, maybe even 5/6 of this. I don't remember just about anything of this. But
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good. I actually quite like that video. I can see why a lot of people would say this is the turning point. This is where things start getting really interesting. That was very well shot. It was very well, made. It was good.
It was acted pretty well as well.
Yeah, there were a lot of really good things to say about that specific entry.
Yeah.
It's also interesting that Nick, which I believe he was no, I think it was somebody else, but it might have been Nick, was the guy who pretended to be Slender Man in the fake days. It was him or somebody else. I'm not entirely sure because. Nick is a super big guy, so I think that's why Nick was the Slender Man person.
I got that impression.
Yeah. And so it's interesting because there was also the detail that Evan said was that when Nick entered the house, his stereo went turned on and stuff, which made me think of the TV thing where Gorthol was talking to the Milo kid, and then Milo did the really weird one line, which makes me think it's like a Slender Man interference or whatever type situation. Very interesting little detail. Very funny that he came in and just started beating the shit out of Evan, though.
Yeah, I got the impression that was Habit's doing because they've been seeking outside help. They were telling somebody else about what had been happening to them. Habit sent this guy brainwashed essentially to go and try to kill Evan.
And so chat, Possum Kingdom and Ren have both corrected me and said Daniel was the one who was tall Slender Man helper man. Nick was thought to be the one who broke in. Okay. Which I guess is who they thought was the other Slender Man who broke into the house. When they still thought that somebody was fucking with them, and then they ended up finding out that obviously there was a real person. I get it. Chaos asks, okay, I have to ask, even though this was ages back, did Evan charge real or fake Slender Man way back?
I think he charged the real one.
Yeah, I think he's always been charging against the real ones. I don't think he ever... they might have done a fake charge against a fake one, way back in, the very first few episodes when they were still doing the health and fitness thing. But I think otherwise he's only ever been charging at real ones.
And Possum Kingdom, I'm sorry to say, we may have missed some Tumblr posts, but really, nobody misses Tumblr posts.
Plus, the other thing about the Tumblr post now is that it's all Habit doing more of his cringy storytelling.
I guess we can check to make sure, because maybe he said, suddenly, he's given an entire, 3 chapters of a novel that are actually, given something relevant.
That one is July 20th. Well, when is the outside help dated? December? Fucking hell, months! Oh my god. Okay, so there is that one, a little ongoing experiment of mine about a guy named Nicholas. Then there's a
care.
September log. Last of Roger's notes concerning a rather handsome beast about habit,
care.
so another habit attack. Then there's
It's all just-
2015.
It's all just creepypasta, just trying to like big up Habit as this menacing thing.
It goes 4 years of nothing in the Tumblr and then back to Tumblr. That's so strange. But yeah, it's literally just Habit fucking around with stuff. Okay, so I think in this one it sounds like Habit is, like you said, Habit did some fuckery with Nick. Because this is talking to Nick here. Today the Habit killed Chowder. Chowder ran out. Oh my god. It's just yet again really dark stuff.
That conversation was enough. Like you'll be ready in no time. Ready for what? Ready to fight something. What am I going to fight?
Yeah, and so,
someone you used to know, Nick.
The Habit will make me kill you. I don't want to, but I will. I tried to kill myself again 3 hours ago. He just laughed. The faceless man just watched. So it sounds like Habit is constantly torturing Evan and Evan's existence, and basically aggroed Nick to come and fight Evan, aka Habit, is what we're understanding based on the Tumblr post there. Which, I mean, didn't even really need. The fact that it was just mysterious that Nick decided to just aggro was cool as well.
Like the beginning of the video gave me the implication, because it was like you've broken the rules. It said that with text on the screen said you've broken the rules, and it said that after they were telling like Nick about what had been happening to them. So that implied, because and with the video being titled "Outside Help" and Habit gave a rule of like no seeking outside help, like that kind of just it's kind of obvious, but you got to kind of put it together.
Yeah. You feel like Evan would either be the first to die or final boy in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Well, Evan or Habit? Because, see, so here's the thing. So before this outside help video, Evan, he's been fucking aggro king. Like, he attacks everything, he charges everything, he's been hardcore. And then in this outside help video, he's been the exact opposite of who he's normally been. Which I think is the real Evan. I think the Evans we've seen before were more Habit inclined, whereas for some reason in this outside help video, this is more of what we would see of actual Evan.
That's plausible, yeah.
So I feel like Evan, I mean, he might not be the first to die, but I don't think he might survive longer than some people. But I don't know. I guess out of all the Everyman hybrid people, yeah, he'd probably be the one to survive. But in other people's terms, probably not. No. But that's my opinion.
I feel like in a horror movie, like Evan would be like Josh in Until Dawn. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that game, but
I think a lot of people are. But which one? Oh, Josh is he's a kind of cool guy. Yeah.
The one with there's a twist to him. The one
fuck everybody.
He's the one with the twist to him.
He's the okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I'm not gonna spoil that.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
I know what you're talking about. Yep. You managed to before him. There's only two I can think of that are most relevant. Roger's notes and the one about Nick. Yeah, read the Nick and the Roger one at least. Well, they're both long. And yet again, it's just more re-emphasizing the fact that Habit is a deranged maniac who is aggroing people and killing and murdering, and in some cases, apparently, like, there's rape involved at one point. Like, dude,
that wasn't necessary.
It's like, we understand Habit is a deranged monster psychopath person thing.
Like here, let me tell you without reading it what we're missing. Like police report, 1947. The suspect was like the victim was found with her breasts splayed across like 20 feet apart from each other. The blood was everywhere. It got on all the corners. It got on all the children. The children that were walking by. This happened by an orphanage. And we found this witness who says that, oh, didn't you know, like, there was this man, this really smiling man, big man, a really menacing man who said these really strange things to us. But he's gone now, but we don't know, like, I think he had something to do with this. And then the police report ends suddenly with this handwriting on it saying, yes, I did it. I'm the best. I'm the coolest. You should fear me. I am Habit. Please think I'm cool. And that's it. That's all of these posts are.
Cringe hardcore lord. But yes, you guys mentioned that there's some important bullet points in this one, so we will read these. That's fine. We'll start with July 28th, 2004. This is based on the Roger stuff. I thought I might as well have my notes in one place, get my shit together, and make sure that I'm as prepared as I can be. So here's the list. I assume it can possess one or multiple persons. Okay. Has little to no regard for the people that it inhabits. I mean, obviously.
Okay.
In some cases, mutilating its host for intimidation or just some kind of sick pleasure. I mean, that totally tracks. I get that. We've seen Evan in all kinds of fucked up situations, not even caring. It has the ability to push the human body to its farthest limitations, speed, strength, etc. Haven't quite seen that yet, but that's okay. I mean, it's hard to do. I get it. It will find a new shell if its current shell is fatally wounded. Traumatic head wounds, spinal cord damage, etc. No way to forcibly remove the habit from its shell. Okay. I mean, I don't feel like we've really learned anything new from this.
I mean, like, I feel like we have, but it's stuff that we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen evidence of this stuff yet, sure.
I don't feel like if Evan dies, Habit dies. I never once felt that, because yet again, the big thing you have to remember here is if Evan and Habit are the same person, then how could Habit have come back when Evan came back? Is this the same Evan who came back after dying in 1981?
Well, see, the thing is, that's a mystery, but that's a mystery we've already had, and it's a far more interesting mystery than the question of the rules of Habit.
Because, see, then that leads to the question of, well, why would there have been extra murders during the period of Evan dying and Evan coming back?
Okay, no,
because that's still carried on.
That's a good point.
So Habit was still acting. So I always assumed Habit doesn't just die because Evan dies. I felt like it was an inhabiting thing. Because yet again,
that's
Habit,
a good point.
Otherwise, Habit would just always be. He wouldn't let Evan ever do anything. You know? Like, why would he if he and Evan were exactly the same person? Like, why? He would easily kick his ass if it were a split personality sort of thing. But the other thing is obviously because, yet again, I mean, if all the entities died because the kids died, then when they died in 1981... there wouldn't have been anything else going on. Simple as that. So, I've never once thought that they were super connected. So, I don't feel like this is super different information yet. Now...
but also, why would Habit want this posted on his Tumblr? Why would he want people to know the rules?
Yeah, he's yet again, he's just constantly gloating about himself.
Yeah.
He is so happy to remind people that he is an inevitability. He is better than everybody else, and he can continue to just get away with it.
This is very Homestuck. Like, the main villain of Homestuck is like this, but it's a lot cleverer in Homestuck, because you're not supposed to find him intimidating. Whereas this feels like
he wants to be intimidating.
Yeah, we're supposed to find this intimidating.
But we don't take him intimidating, even though he's like you said, he's meant to be. And, you know, I mean, it's iffy. It's so iffy to me. Because, see, Here's my issue. Here's my issue. Okay, and I get the feeling everybody's going to agree with me on this.
But before we go into, like, Brendan does bring up the important point hidden in the last paragraph, which I can see there as well. Well, like, the Habit is trying to make some kind of perfect shell to live in.
I mean, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Because
sure.
Otherwise, Habit has to keep finding a new host. That totally makes sense.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, I don't mind that plot detail. That's something.
So here's where I'm still frustrated with the series. Okay? And I'm happy to have clarification, but I believe at this point we have quite a good amount of information. Not everything is explained. That's fine. It's slowly unraveling as time goes on. That's cool. I appreciate the pacing and all this shit. It's getting better. It's getting a lot more interesting. I'm happy with that. So, Slender Man, Habit, the Rake, maybe a fourth one, whatever. What are they all doing? We understand Habit kind of pretty much the most out of everything, because Habit has the most information.
I think there's implications that the Slender Man is trying to protect people from Habit. Maybe because Slender Man wants to kill these people as well, but it doesn't want Habit to. But
I think ultimately they're all working together in some way. Except Slender Man is like, you're not going to kill children. I'm going to take the children for whatever my purpose is. You can kill the adults. That's what I'm gathering based on certain information that we've had. Because in some of the things, I think the Milo story as well, maybe, question mark, it sounds like the tall man, Slender Man, is taking children. He's taking children for some kind of a journey, some kind of an adventure. Maybe there's an arc. Haha. The fuck knows what that's going to do or whatever. Maybe he's making, the Slender Man theme park or some shit. I don't know. But clearly he loves children because I guess he's super creepy for his boy, and that's just what he does. Habit, I guess, wants to ultimately never die and just be able to kill freely and do as he does. I feel like Habit is very cut and dry, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's simple, and I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all, because at least we know Habit. But Habit has the most airtime. Out of all three entities, Habit has the most airtime. He's also Twitter. He's also now Tumblr. Yeah. And he also puts up secret videos. He does the most out of everybody in this series.
And he's the least interesting.
Exactly, because he's the simple thing. And after a point, it's like, can we, like, I don't have an issue with him existing, but, like, we need to keep moving on whatever this fucking plot is. We need to keep figuring other stuff out, because it's still just storytelling of the same shit so far. Where is the development? Where is the arcs? Where is the... Things start and then they just don't continue. And it's frustrating, except for Habit. Habit stuff is still going. It's the fucking Habit show. Everyman Habit, not EverymanHYBRID. What is this?
I wonder if that may have been a purposeful...
it may be, but then what is... Why do all this interesting setup, be the Firebringer, all these other crazy things they're doing? And Stephanie, what the fuck is she doing? It's the Mining Town 4, not the fucking 3 and occasionally side character Stephanie.
3 plus Alex.
It's just, exactly. Alex has more fucking airtime than Stephanie. Stephanie lost her goddamn Tumblr. That was like her only thing, and do you guys understand where I'm coming from? It's. What are they trying to tell?
I've got to be, or rather, I want to be careful with these words. Not because it's gonna be that insulting, but more just because I don't want.
I'll do the insulting.
Because I not to toot my own horn. I tend to have pretty nuanced thoughts, like middle of the road thoughts, like neither extreme, and so those are words that require a lot of clarification, but. It feels like this series started as Marble Hornets fanfiction, and it became Rake fanfiction, and it also became they even kind of flirted with Candle Cove fanfiction, but didn't commit to that, luckily. Mm-hmm. And they even did a bit of Minecraft fanfiction, basically.
A bit of homage to Tribe 12 and to other Slenderverses and stuff like that was fine.
But I feel like they didn't want it to just be fanfiction. They wanted to tell their own thing, which is respectable, but Habit was what they could come up with. And
granted, the Habit stuff is fine to an extent. But it's just constantly the Habit show. Which, I mean, I suppose, yet again, it's their own original creation. It's the thing they can do the most with. I don't have an issue with that. But it is being forced down your throat so much, and the only problem is there isn't really anything more to it besides he's a fucking crazy, deranged, serial-killing monster thing that maybe rapes as well. And so, all this horrific, like, the most horrific things you can possibly imagine is what he does.
Yeah, and I get that, like, there's a cute thing of, like, he does all this evil stuff because he's the habits of humanity. But that doesn't make it any less trite. That itself is one of the most trite horror movie tropes. Like, probably, like, the most stereotypical message from a horror movie or any horror story is like, oh, humanity's the real monsters. Like, it's not interesting.
Yeah, humanity's the monster. Humanity's the virus. It should be purged. Like, okay, I mean, we fucking get you edgelord. Like, but the problem is humanity still fucking exists and you're part of it. So let's move on from the fucking derogatory.
And Habit's not even part of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And humanity, and yeah, he still thinks we're like, well, no, Habit, to be fair, giving him credence, he does think he's the monster. I do admit that.
But also, like, Habit is also the villain, so I think that, like, so I'm not going to claim that EverymanHYBRID as a series agrees with Habit, because Habit is the villain. I'm hoping that EverymanHYBRID commits to, like, taking down that ideology.
Mm-hmm. So what's Habit going to do? He finds a perfect host, and then what?
Well, I
is
think
he just going to keep fighting for the rest of his life, knowing he can never die?
Like rain on Earth, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's just going to become another norm.
Yeah. So, like, you've given some of your main thoughts on this, and I want to give. I've got a way of summarizing my main thoughts on this, and this.
Okay. And then we'll get to you, chat. Don't worry.
Yeah. So, like, because I have a lot of thoughts on EverymanHYBRID. There's a lot more positives than I expected to have. There's and my negatives aren't as extreme as I expect them to be. But I think I can summarize all of them, including why other people like this series and why I don't, or at least why I'm not crazy about it, with this. They're trying to make Stephen King's It. A lot of people love Stephen King's It. I hate It. It is the worst Stephen King story. By far.
You will not like Stranger Things.
Probably.
It starts off very much like Stephen King's It. Luckily, it does kind of develop its own personality, and it does get really cool with parts, but it very much feels like Stephen King's It to start with. So yeah, you wouldn't love that. Just putting that out there.
And just like, hot take, the 90s miniseries of It was the best version. The films are okay. I've seen the first film; it was actually pretty okay.
Yeah, the original films are good. The new ones are strange.
I'm talking about the new ones. Like I've seen the first of the new films, and it was okay.
Oh, you haven't seen the Tim Curry versions? Oh,
I've seen I've grew up with the Tim Curry ones.
Yeah, that's the original.
I love them. Yeah, the original. Yeah, the 90s miniseries. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. I see you calling it a miniseries. I got you.
I agree. It's a movie, but it was released as a miniseries.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
That was better written than the book was.
I mean, Skarsgård did a great job in the new ones. You do have to give him that. Like his acting and his methodology and his bizarreness. I thought he was great, but yeah, otherwise it was very much just. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a movie that just kept on trying to scare you, forced the scares, even when it would have been scarier without that. There's a horror and subtlety, and the miniseries got that. The miniseries had some quiet moments that were just freaky.
Yeah.
But the book didn't have any of that. Besides the fact that a book can't be loud or quiet, it's a book. Like the book was riddled with.
It can have capital letters. That's loud.
Like the book was riddled with, among other things, it was riddled with like he saw a dog and freaked out because, oh, by the way, he was scared of dogs. Like, you're supposed to tell us that like 10 chapters ago. We're supposed to establish that he's scared of dogs. And then now we find out, oh shit, there's a dog.
And it makes it more impactful because you know this information already ahead of time. Because otherwise, you're right. It's like, oh my god, he's seen a dog and he's losing his shit. Why is he losing his shit? It's just a fucking dog. Yeah, you're completely right. That is yet another big part of this. There's establishing... And granted, yes, a big argument against us is that we haven't read all the Tumblr posts. We haven't read all the Twitter stuff. There is so much of it, and so much of it does not need to be consumed.
Yeah. And one more thing behind this It comparison. Well, besides the fact that there's a lot of different monsters, and like it's all about, like, all these kids are scared of different things, so there's different kinds of monsters.
Yeah.
But, like it's all about this generational cycle thing of like 27 years. And this has kind of got that kind of thing going. It's got the cycle of the mining town back in the 80s, 70s, whatever, and now the present day. Like, it's going for that kind of a thing.
Well, I mean, it definitely is, especially the fact that in the secret video they mentioned the iteration, which immediately tells me, oh, so it's a cycle thing. In which case, I'm not saying everything happens exactly the same way, but it sounds like there are certain key things that will happen in every single iteration or cycle, and inevitably, they're all going to die. Am I wrong?
Possibly.
Am I wrong?
I still have hopes that this will have a happy ending. Well, not a happy ending.
Or they break the cycle? Yeah, I mean, that's also very much what could happen.
And in my experience, and I may be entirely wrong about this, just anecdotal, but in my experience, things tend to have big fandoms if it has a happy ending, rather than if all these beloved characters all die horrifically.
And that's why Game of Thrones fandom changed very quickly, because it was not exactly the happy ending we all thought it would be, and it was also finished before the books were, so that's also part of it. For all we know, George R.R. Martin might change the ending, in which case, hey, the show makes even less sense then. But, you know, that's neither here nor there.
From what I hear, like, that's why the books have taken so long, because George R.R. Martin did write the ending of the TV show, and then he realized nobody
that's not what he... Yeah.
Nobody likes that. Okay, maybe I should change this.
No, exactly. He's stolen for time, because he's like, shit, they didn't like my idea. It's very funny. Dragons are on their way. They're never coming, though. Just kidding. I think that's true. Okay, let's catch up with chat. Right, so Roger's out 7 important bullet points. You should read that. They're really trying hard to drive home the point he's a monster. Didn't stop the internet still despite their efforts. Agreed, chaos. Clown says, we're going to take a break for like a week, but after you'll get to episode 2, 3, and 4. Always good to have people with their own conversations, but good for you, Clown. Good for you. Goofy says he's taking the children to go to and, like, I don't know, go make him into a child army or something. He's definitely taking them, I think, for an adventure or a journey is what was mentioned, which then made me think of Halo and the Great Prophet Journey, but, you know, that it's just funny.
I think that alone is much scarier than anything Habit's doing because
yes, if anything is mysterious and interesting, and we still don't know more about it.
And plus, like, it's not what you'd expect. They're just like, oh, I'm taking them on a journey. What does that mean? We don't know, but that's cool.
Yeah, it could be a child army. It could be brainwashing them. For all we know, he's just taking them to a fucking theme park. We don't know.
It could be horrifying, or they could be like traveling through time, but still horrifying. We don't know. It could be anything.
Yeah, and you know what else could be really interesting with that? For all we know, none of the kids have ever come back. That's kind of fucking cool. What's going on with that?
Yeah.
That's mysterious. Keep going with that. Instead of, here's another, 15-paragraph story of how Habit killed another dude. And, I don't know, like, made his wife watch or something. Like, or, I'm sorry, killed the wife and made the dude watch. So hardcore. Again, just doing the same thing every single time. Sorry, Goofy says, I kind of wonder if Slender Man is taking the kids so he could raise them into his proxies. I mean, it depends if they're going with the proxy thing in this. I mean, for all we know, they could be. Because I don't know. In the Slender Man mythos, because I know he does that obviously in Marble Hornets, does he do proxy stuff in other mythos as well? Yeah? Okay, so
in fact, like, most stories take the proxy thing further than Marble Hornets did.
Okay. Well, I just didn't know if that was established like Slender Man lore or if that was just specific to Marble Hornets. That's cool.
People kind of took it from Marble Hornets, but they turned it into more of a thing.
Oh, okay, okay, I got you. So they just brandish space on that. Okay. Yeah. Ellie says, every extreme horror movie ever has that message. Oh, about the humanity thing. Yep, 100%. Yeah. Ren says, I've nothing to add other than this convo is funny with hindsight. And Ren is also not a fan of it either. Ellie then says, Tommy Knocker's just existing over here in the Stephen King corner. Look, Stephen King's fine.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff is really good, and some of the stuff is really bad.
I've read like 30 Stephen King books. I grew up, as a teenager, I was reading Stephen King all the time. I love some Stephen King books very much.
Yeah. Langoliers,
Cell,
Misery.
Under the Dome.
Yeah, there's tons of really good ones. Pet Sematary.
Lacey's Story is a really good one.
And then there's also classic bad Stephen King.
Yeah, like he had a cocaine phase, basically. And it was written during the peak of the cocaine phase.
As Family Guy put it best, this story's about a lamp monster. Sometimes you're like, okay, he's just writing a book because he can write a book. That doesn't mean this one's going to be good. But that doesn't mean he has bad stuff either. Don't get us wrong. I like Miss. I thought that was good. The Mist. I like that one. There's a lot of good Stephen King ones. Anyway, Vin Oog is a huge Stephen King fan, so this is... Oh, I see. Big Oog, you mean.
Vinny out of game. Like, out of...
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha. Vinny out of game is a huge Stephen King fan, so this is not only funny, it's also accurate. Well, I mean, yeah. But
so it is inspired by Stephen King.
I mean, that's not that shocking, is it?
No.
A lot of horror people are inspired by Stephen King and other horror greats. It's not that weird. So that makes sense. It was written with the help of drugs and reads like that. Very true, Ellie. Very true.
Chaos Smith is glad to see Love for Lacey's stories. Asking about Doom McKee. I'm trying to remember. I may have read Doom McKee. I know the name. I don't remember if I read it. If I did, I may have liked it. It's possible. I know that, like, I'm trying to think of these more obscure Stephen King ones. Like there's Rose Madder, which is really good, and also the movie Rose Red, which is like that's great. It's just a movie and not a book. But like
exactly.
I'm sure I've read Doom McKee, and I'm sure I probably liked it.
Tommy Knockers is my least favorite Stephen King book, but she loves Lacey's Story, says Ellie.
The Langoliers is a good one as well.
Langoliers is a good one. I like Langoliers. Goofy says, I grew up with mostly the Brothers Grimm books. Those are, I mean, they could be quite good. Because yet again, they're based on the Grimm fairy tales. And a lot of them are obviously very hardcore German. And some of them get really brutal, which is fucking awesome in my opinion. Like, they're far darker fairy tales. But yet again, I mean, in German and even like pagan folklore and stuff like that, they don't hold back. Like, the point is it's meant to terrify people. Mainly children into behaving, right? That's a big part of it. And yet again, there's also superstition and shit like that. But unlike, say, Disney fairy tales, where, ooh, it's a poisoned apple, and oh, they died, but there's no blood, and it's like, oh, kind of not really scary. Like, the German stuff and all the older stuff, like, people's intestines come out and shit. Like, it gets hardcore, and I'm all for that.
Ellie's gonna have things to say about this.
About what?
Fairy tales and Disney fairy tales.
There's
both.
There's a massive difference. There is a massive difference.
There is, but she will still have things to say about it.
Well, we can also talk about Roald Dahl. I mean, in a sense, those are kind of fairy tales. Not exactly fairy tales, but, I mean, come on. Like, they're tales, which in some of them have fairies. So I would class them as fairy tales. They're children's books, you know?
I see Clown Duck mentioning Five Nights at Freddy's, like, books.
Very different.
I'll raise you that, like, when I was a kid, I was reading Halo books. So, like, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, you and me both. I did like... I mean, some of the Halo books were pretty good.
Yeah.
Some of them were cool stories. I do have to admit. And then some of them even tended to be decent games. And then now the game series has gone really downhill because they don't know what to do with it, which is a big fucking shame.
Yeah.
And then they had a TV series where he took his fucking helmet off like that was normal. And it's like, what are you doing? So, I love Halo, but god damn it, what are they doing? That's just me. Disney is a brand. Yes, Disney is a brand, Ellie. That doesn't change the difference between a fairy tale and a Disneyfied fairy tale. You do rant about corporate Disney a lot. No, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Very true. They can be bastards. But, in the right way, they can also make a good thing like Andor or Loki. So, I have to give them their credit. Without them, they wouldn't make good stuff either. But they also make a lot of shit. Let's see. Fair enough. OMG, love Rose Matter too. Oh, nice chaos. Okay. Like how Cinderella's stepsisters had their eyes pecked out by birds. Exactly, Goofy. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, why take out the cool shit that should terrify kids?
Or they tried to, like, I think, like, they cut off parts of their heel in order to try
That's
to
right,
fit
so they can fit inside the
slippers.
Exactly. Like, this is stuff that you want to leave in. Like, yeah, I mean, kids might be traumatized, but at the same time,
I think they'll find it cool.
Yeah, kids aren't gonna fucking remember that. I mean, look at the stuff that they're. I mean, like fucking Clown was talking about. He was reading Five Nights at Freddy's books, where like kids' bodies are being stuffed into animatronics and shit. They can take this.
And have you ever seen SpongeBob like past the movie? SpongeBob is freaky as fuck now.
SpongeBob is pretty freaky,
and not the old ones. Well, the old ones can be freaky, but after Steven Hillenburg left, the show just got mean and gross and cruel.
Okay.
There's a reason I don't watch SpongeBob anymore.
I mean, I thought it was because you're 30 years old, but I don't know. I mean, I'd probably still watch it, but I haven't watched it in a long time.
But we're talking about things for kids here, though.
Five Nights at Freddy's is not for kids. Never, in my opinion, has it ever been for kids. That doesn't mean kids don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's designed for kids. It's designed for, like, teenagers and up, I would say. It's a young adult. Young adult. Even though it has toy animatronics, which immediately make you think of Chuck E. Cheese's horror. So, that's why kids enjoy that shit.
I'm sorry, this is completely off topic now.
Yeah,
except for Chuck E. Cheese.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Do you know who invented Chuck E. Cheese? Like, who started Chuck E. Cheese?
I did actually watch a documentary about this before, and it was like a merging of oh god, because it was a combination of like the characters, but they were also merging like a pizza company, weren't they?
Yeah, but there's one man who made Chuck E. Cheese. It started the idea of the restaurant. There's Nolan Bushnell who made Atari. So like video games and Chuck E. Cheese come from the same place.
Well, of course. I mean, that's why they went with the arcade stuff on the inside as well.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's like, well, kids want to have fucking fun. Let's
Yeah,
give them a ball
entertainment.
pit, but let's also give them a fucking arcade because they like video games.
I find that interesting.
And yet, sadly, Chuck E. Cheese went under.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, it turns out that running a children's casino, Empire Palace, is incredibly expensive. Especially when, people wouldn't really go. Because it was a health hazard as well. And it was confirmed that they did indeed repurpose pizzas. So, disgusting. Fuck knows how they stayed open for as long as they did. Just literally taking pizzas that were uneaten off of tables, taking it back to the kitchen, and combining it with other pizzas. Fucking abysmal.
Yeah.
And yes, it was proven. It was proven in court, so don't say it wasn't. It's fucking disgusting. Sorry, let's see. Agree with you. Corporate Disney has been bland as of late. Yeah. I mean, yet again, they've got Andor season 2. I haven't seen that yet, but I'm excited to. But I mean, when it comes to like movies and shit, Disney doesn't know what the fuck. They for some reason are on the big kick of redoing everything as a live action now. Which, although I understand why they're doing that, that doesn't mean they're doing it well. Like the biggest one, obviously, is the most recent Snow White iteration. Which, by the way, Rachel Zegler mentioned how Snow White was not named because of she wasn't white because of a snowstorm, which isn't true. Snow White was named that because she was as white as snow. Based on the original story. Not the one that she thinks is the original story. The only reason I know that is because I know of an anthropologist who has gone through the entire extensive history of Snow White with me. And it's very interesting. And also, Peter Dinklage gatekeeping against other dwarves so they couldn't act in the movie. So Peter Dinklage was like, this is horrible. We shouldn't, don't hire dwarves to be the fucking dwarves. When he wants to be hired as a dwarf, it's like, what are you doing? And so Disney's like, you know what? You're right. That's wrong. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to have tall people play the dwarves and just CG them in. When they could have had actual dwarf actors who, by the way, wanted to be in it.
Yeah.
Stupid. Fucking stupid. Don't even get me... It's fucking outrageous. I love Peter Dinklage. That was a dick move. Cock-blocking every other dwarven actor. Fucking outrageous. Yeah. Stupid. Sorry, that's Disney live action. It's terrible. Oh, God. Oh, here we go. Used to watch My Little Pony with your sister. Really? Clown. Really? That's cool, man. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, hey, nothing wrong with that at all. I think one of her stepsisters cut off her toes. Yeah, cut off the toes, or in some case, just fucked with their feet. Yeah, exactly. Deform their feet in a way so they could fit in the slippers. That's right. Chaos says we had Showbiz Pizza. That's it. Showbiz Pizza. That's right. Oh man, God, I gotta rewatch that documentary. That was really cool. Clown says, did you hear the horror story where a man combined with a Godzilla suit? You mean the Man in the Suit analog horror? Trust me, I've constantly been told to rewatch it again, and I'm probably not going to. It's a cool concept, but God, it's so overrated. Chaos says, when I was a child, I was angry at Chuck there because I thought he was a traitor. You thought he was a traitor? Ellie says, where was that confirmed? In the court case. I have to find it. But like employees came out and everything. They rat on the company. It was great. And I'm so glad because it's just disgusting, dude. Chaos says, I went to ours the last night. It was still showbiz and cried because you were that kid. Let's see. Clown. One thing, Nate, have you ever read a horror story at night that you were making a video on and lost sleep over it or had nightmares?
I'd be interested in the answer to this as well.
No.
That's what I expected.
I mean, to be fair, I'm quite desensitized to this stuff. Because I've done it for a long, long time. And
I'm the one who's scared of horror, not Nathan.
Yeah, I've engorged horror for well over 20 years now. Well, maybe not well over 20, about close to 20 years, since I was like 13. So yeah, about 20 years. So I'm quite... things can still scare me, but I don't lose sleep on it. I definitely don't lose sleep on it. You know? Although I do admit, sometimes things still freak me out, and then I'm like a little nervous at night, but if I fall asleep, I'm out. That's it. Do I have nightmares? Sometimes, though. But not about the stories I read, so... Sorry. Thank God my parents never took me to Chuck E. Cheese. Aw, Chuck E. Cheese was fun. Just, it's kind of gross. But it was fun. You find the whole Snow White controversy so contrived. Snow White's actress was the only one who gave a shit in the entire movie. Ellie. But she also bad-mouthed so much about the original story of Snow White. Just because she cared about the movie, but bashed the source material. That's not good. It's not good.
I don't know enough about this controversy to comment.
That's okay. She's hated by a lot of people simply because, yet again, she mentioned the original Snow White story in a certain light, but the thing is, as we've learned, Snow White was somewhat changed based on the cultures it was distributed in, and we believe that the one that she originally got it from, because she's Latin American, is the story was not based on her skin was as white as snow. It was like she was birthed in a snowstorm or something like that, which is not true. The original source material claims that it was because she just was like alabaster white, like snow, which is why she was called Snow White. Rachel Zegler says that's not true. But the source material says, yes, it is true. And so basically people just don't like the fact that she is saying that the original stuff is wrong and that it is I mean, not racist. I don't think she says racist, but you know, she's basically just trying to make it sound like it's her story now.
I feel like they could have just cut out the line and not tried to explain why she's called Snow White.
It's in interviews and stuff. I don't think it's in the movie. I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen the live action one anyway. But yeah, it's just her going through interviews and basically bad mouthing the source material, which is where the story came from. It's like female Ghostbusters all over again. I love the idea, but they tried to make it seem like the original Ghostbusters never happened. Why? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't. If it was a passing of the torch story, would have been fine. But it wasn't. They tried to make it seem like they were the original Ghostbusters. They even had the OG cast in the movie, the ones who were alive, and they made them just random dudes. And it's like, you even put them in there for cameos, but they weren't the Ghostbusters. None of it made sense. Why? Why do that? It's like paying an homage, but slapping it in the face. That makes sense. You want a Snow White, not dirt? No, it's not that. It's not her skin color. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that she bashes the original source material where it came from, and Peter Dinklage gatekeeping dwarven actors from working at Disney, which is ridiculous. But you know, that's just my opinion. I also think they maybe changed the story as well, is what I've heard in the movie, but I haven't seen the movie, so I cannot confirm that one. Just hearsay. Dude pulling up the ladder behind him and acting like it's a kindness. Like the Jungle Book live-action movie. Oh, okay. I don't know if I've seen that one. I don't think I've seen any. Well, I might have seen one of the live-actions. I don't remember which one, though.
I haven't seen any of them, but I'm not in a rush to.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I might have seen one, but it's not coming to me. Because they've only got a couple, don't they? They've got Little Mermaid, which had its own controversy as well, even though there are black mermaids. But yeah, I understand where they're coming from.
But also, there aren't black mermaids. Aren't real. There aren't mermaids.
Mama Vata is real, and she's a black mermaid in folklore and mythology. But still.
Sure, yeah. Like I'm saying, like, people shouldn't be objecting to the skin color of a mermaid.
It's a
fucking mermaid.
Exactly, I agree. At the end of the day, it's fantasy. It shouldn't matter. I think the only reason why it doesn't work is because, yet again, the source material is that she was born in a certain area, which is why she is the way she is, with the red hair and the white skin, and they decided to not do that. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I just know that people were in arms about that. Yet again, another silly thing, but
I thought the original Little Mermaid was boring, so I imagine the remake sucks because it's a boring story.
I mean, yeah, it's a love weird story. Was Ursula in it? I'd like to know that. I think she was. I think she was in it. Oh, it was Melissa McCarthy, right? Oh my god, I think it was Melissa McCarthy. That'd be fucking weird. I don't know. That's strange. I can see why they do that though. Plus, the idea that one guy caused Disney to change an entire movie's production is stupid and very scapegoaty. They're all about seeming progressive while pushing regressive practices. Oh, yes.
She's casting doubt on your story of Peter Dinklage. You're saying that Peter Dinklage changed the production of the whole movie, but she's saying you should blame Disney, not Peter Dinklage.
I blame Dinklage for that one, because it was Dinklage who called for it. Not Disney didn't give a shit. Disney were going to hire dwarves. But Peter Dinklage said that would be discriminatory. Peter was the one who shut it down. I mean, or I suppose he had an uproar about it, and ultimately Disney made the call. You're right in technicalities, of course. But it's because Peter Dinklage, being a dwarf, was the one who raised hell about it, right? So I blame him, which is yet again a shame because I love the guy. I think he's great acting, and he does some fantastic stuff. But it's still... Like even I think they were like news. Well, I mean maybe not news segment, but I think there was another what was it? A dwarven comedian online was making fun of Peter because of it, and he's like, you stopped other potential dwarven actors from working for fucking Disney and actually making it in the industry because you said it would be wrong to cast dwarves to play dwarves because it would be making fun of them. But it's playing make believe fake dwarves. It's not making fun of actual people with dwarfism.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's the whole problem. But he thinks it is, and it's like, it's not! They're fucking fictional, mythological creatures, Peter! Like, come on! It's the whole thing's stupid. The whole thing is stupid. So, anyway, notice how they'll constantly push artificial feminist talking points from 10 years ago, but will never touch topics like racism the company has been involved in. Artificial feminist talking points.
I'm sure I know what she means, but I can't think off the top of my head.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. They certainly... They're just a fucking questionable company or Disney. There's no denying that.
They don't take risks.
It's all performative stuff to try to appeal to their target audience. Oh, yeah. The only problem is their target audience keeps changing.
Yeah.
Chaos says, I started watching horror around age 6.
And I've got to stand up for a second.
Oh, that's okay. Somehow Ooblu gave me night terrors. Ooh, Ooblu. I don't think I know Ooblu. Let me have a look at that. I don't recognize Ooblu. I like knowing stuff I don't know. I don't think you're talking about a Danish band. But if you are, that's cool. Shameless or outrageous philosophy. Energetic live performances. It can't be that. You might be talking about something else. I'll find it later. Oh, Melody Grand Prix. All she said was the original is from 1937 and dated. Oh, yeah, but people love to say things are dated, which I suppose is true, but it depends on how interpretation is these days, isn't it, you know? Because quite frankly, people say that things from, like, 10 years ago were dated, and it's like, is it really? Is it really? That wasn't that long ago. She said it was weird. I mean, yeah, of course she said it was weird. There's tons of... All these live-action reboots are lame. Would prefer Disney to go back and make original stuff. They're not very good at that anymore, though, are they? Well, no, that's not true. What was, Sometimes they can make some decent original stuff that are quite recent. I mean, Elemental was good. Soul was good. Oh, that's more Pixar, isn't it, really? I guess, is it Disney Pixar or is it just Pixar? I think it's just Pixar, really, who do that. Disney themselves. Yeah, that's a good point. Movie-wise, I don't know any only Disney productions lately. Because I think Disney Pixar, they kind of do combo stuff. But then, yet again, Elemental, Soul, like, those are definitely Pixar heavily influenced. And those were good. Get Out? No, not Get Out. Not Get Out. Inside Out. God. Very, very different movies. Very different.
Disney's Get Out.
Disney's Get Out. Inside Out. Inside Out. I think, yet again, I think it's Pixar. I could be wrong. But it feels like Pixar. Because yet again, they're quite good at, I mean, they're good at animation. They're also quite good at storytelling. Up. But that's not super new.
It's like 2009.
Yeah, exactly. It's new to me. I still live back in the past, man, okay? Also, the whole backstory was written by a bunch of hack writers. Blame them, not the actress who's being forced to say those talking points in the publicity. I don't have anything against Rachel, personally. I just think, ultimately, you don't want to badmouth what helped make your movie. It seems silly. And besides, I mean, talking points, like, yeah, okay, but you could choose what you... Well, maybe she can't choose what she's saying. That's a fair point. As a person who works for Disney, you make a good point. She probably doesn't have freedom of speech. Good old America, huh? Land of the not free. If you watch the movie, you'd see the worst part of it was the actress playing the queen. Gal Gadot? I admit, I didn't understand why Gal Gadot was considered uglier than her. I think that's crazy. But I don't know. There's already backlash about her skin color before anything about the movie came out, and she did any interviews. You do want this era of remakes to end, and it's been going on for 15. It has been going on for 15 years. It's fucking outrageous, isn't it? There's Beauty and the Beast. Didn't watch that. Emma Watson. Maybe it's good. I don't know. I doubt it. Well, I'm biased. I suppose I'm biased. Little Mermaid. Lion King, I think. But yet again, can you really say that's a live-action remake? No. It's a CGI remake. Yeah. That's what that is. It's Transformers is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing? They didn't need to do that.
And there is a point to be made that, like, there's some sense in remaking Snow White because it's 1939, but remaking movies from the 80s and 90s and stuff isn't really... They're not that old.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Just fucking re-release the original Lion King movies, and I guarantee you people still go to the cinema to see them. Just saying. I mean, they fucking re-released Fantasia in cinemas and stuff, and people went to go see it. And that's a fucking Disney classic. Which, it's like, come on. Why remake stuff that doesn't need remake? It's stupid. It's stupid. We need to get Jordan to read the original Little Mermaid. Oh, Ellie says. Oh. Okay. I mean, it depends on how old it is, because then it might be safe under public domain. Because otherwise, we're not allowed to read copyright material.
It's probably going to be safe under public domain. I imagine it's old.
It depends on how hardcore Disney protects their IPs. But, to be fair, Steamboat Willie is safe.
Yeah.
But that is like, ancient Disney.
Yeah.
So, hard to say if Little Mermaid is sadly safe or not. I suppose if it's source material Little Mermaid, did they write that? I don't know if they wrote that or if I think they acquired the story from. Oh no, of course they because it was written by a gay man actually about his lover, about how he felt so longingly for somebody. Oh my god, I totally forgot about this story. God. So funny to a lot of people, like, oh, it's such a beautiful thing. It's like, yeah, it's actually an homage to how he wants to be with somebody that he can't be with because they're so different, because the one he was in love with was a straight man. So he is like the mermaid and he is a regular man. And you're like, that's kind of funny in a way. And Disney were like, this makes such a great children's movie. It's like, yeah, you guys don't know what it really means, do you? That's funny. The Wee Man versus Peter Dinklage. Thank you very much. I fucking knew it. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's so ridiculous. I knew it was a fucking Wee Man, of course. Goofy says, it feels more discriminatory to not cast people with dwarfism. Exactly. I completely agree. Especially if they wanted to do it as well. Like, come on, dude. What the fuck are you doing? If a multi-million-dollar company is so sensitive to change an almost finished film because of one guy's opinion, it's their problem. Well, yeah, but we have to pay the price for it. And that's the issue. And then people don't get to work. It's terrible. Except for the CG cast. And the tall people who got to play the dwarfs. Funny that. You would have preferred actual dwarfs to be... Exactly! Would have preferred actual dwarfs to be in the movie, too. If you were making a movie, you would have stuck to your guns. For fucking real. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That would have been cool. I'm just... come on. Come on. Granted, I mean, Lord of the Rings didn't always do that either, but, that's neither here nor there. It's a creepypasta. Chaos says. Where? Oh, Ooblu. Oh, I see. Gotcha, got the context. Believe it or not, I did not care for the movie, but I don't like it for other reasons. We talking about Little Mermaid, perhaps? Might have misspelled, been a while since you saw it. Okay. That's alright, Cash, you might find it again. Wish, Disney's big anniversary film, was god-awful. Yeah, I heard, Wish was horribly written and horribly produced, and I think some people say potentially AI were involved to write the script and some of the songs. I obviously don't know. I've heard some of the rumors. I don't have any confirmation. But I have heard some of the songs, because my partner, she is a music teacher, and one thing she likes to do is she likes to watch anybody doing breakdowns of musical numbers, and usually there's YouTubers who do that, surprisingly enough, and they love to make fun of Wish. So I've heard, I don't know the names of the songs, but I've heard like the one that the main guy does, and it's pretty bad. I will agree with you, it's pretty fucking bad. They're kind of falling off in many departments, very much so. Ellie says, Disney's Get Out, yes. I'm never going to live that one down, that's funny. Chaos says, wait, you're saying those aren't real lines? / jokes. Ellie says, God, they tried to convince everyone Lion King was live action. You would go to see Fantasia now? Exactly, right? I mean, if something's good, especially if you're not having to spend, say, $20 to go see it in the theater again. Like if it's like a cheap showing, $5, I go rewatch something for sure. I wouldn't even think about it. If it's something I wanted to watch, yeah, $5, easy. The OG story is fine. You just can't use the Disney version. We can get him to read the OG version. We could probably do that. Hans Christian Andersen. Yes, I think that is the name indeed. That is the name indeed. Ah, it's good. I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful that he wrote a story about a man he loved that he could never have. Oh, shit. Chat hasn't caught up on my phone. No! I'm the one behind. Fuck. You think all fairy tales are in the public domain? Possibly. Depends on how long. I think it's 94 years. It's a really arbitrary fucking number. I'll have to have a look. But I have had to do research on this before because
it was a while ago.
Yeah, but as you can imagine, I've had to figure a lot of public domain and copyright law as for working with YouTube, because they will so quickly destroy you if you don't follow it. Yes, S instead of C for Hans. Yes. Dinklage had a point, just wasn't the right moment to lob those points at. Yeah, I mean, his arguments were still that it would make fun of people with dwarfism, which wasn't true. I think he was just a little misunderstanding of the fact that they were casting for dwarves, and so he thought it's stupid. I feel like he just wasn't listening to people being reasonable about it. You know, he probably just heard the word dwarf and that was it. He was probably just like, that's abysmal. How could you do such a thing? Even though, you know, he's played a space dwarf. But whatever. We won't talk about that. Which, by the way, the space dwarf was giant. Or I guess it was a space giant. I don't know. He played a giant in a Thor movie. Or was it Avengers? It was related to Infinity War. It was the making of the Stormbringer, but still. That was Peter Dinklage as a giant. But I think it was a space dwarf or a space giant, something like that. Whatever. Y'all getting my brain started on Davros with all this. Oh. Talk about Davros from
Doctor Who.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. That's some good shit right there. Classic reoccurring villain who never dies. Who's just so fucking funny when you really think about it. A guy in a Dalek body. Just can't fucking do a thing on his own. It's really funny. My favorite story, Hans Christian Andersen, is when he went to visit Charles Dickens and basically tried to move in and never leave, and Dickens had to kick him out. That is pretty funny. That is very funny, Ellie. That's great. It's okay. It's okay that you suck at typing. Don't worry. We got you. We got you. Dinklage's whole thing is he gets annoyed at typecasting. Yeah, it's a shame. It is a real shame because yet again, he's a great actor. I think he's really good. I enjoy what he brings to the table. I think he's a great representative of dwarven culture and obviously little people, but that's just stupid. It's just stupid to argue with Disney and do all that. Could have really helped his people out, but whatever. Yep, that Davros indeed. I don't know if there is a different one, honestly. That's a fair point. I don't know of any other Davros anyway.
Yeah, it probably is, but we haven't heard of it.
That could be true. That could be true. Yeah, Doctor Who Davros. That's a fucking guy right there. Oh man, what a funny dude.
I'm remembering why. Like my friends in Cornwall R&D Media wanted to make a stupid like a Doctor Who parody. Where a homeless man plays Doctor Who, and and they had
Dr.
me
Hobo.
Hobo Who.
Hobo Who.
But they had me write it. But I got a lot of ideas from Alistair, and one was like, one of the ideas like this is a Britain where everybody just kind of takes on or like, no, like the hobo is just on drugs all the time, so he thinks he's the Doctor. But like there's a youth culture thing going on where people are starting to call themselves by like these gang names. One that like all the chavs basically are the Daleks, and the Doctor, the hobo, goes and meets with these guys. Like they don't know about the Daleks. They just call themselves that.
Right.
But he goes there and he meets up with their leader, and he like the leader's just named like Ben or something like that. But the hobo meets him and is like Chavros.
Chavros.
And that was my joke. I'm proud of that.
That's good. That's really good. Chavros. Oh my god. That's fucking funny. For Hobo Who. Oh my god. That's great.
We nearly made that show. We made it's about 3/4 of the first episode, but then they moved to London and I didn't.
Oh my god. Well, you know what? It's It's here in this video, Chavros. It's part of your legacy now. That will. It's fucking funny. It's really funny. Chav Daleks, oh my god. Chavros, dude, you should be proud of it. Okay, I said you watch it. And Ellie was like, Jordan's untapped comedic genius. Yeah, you know what? He's got some fucking funny ones. He really does. He really does.
I know this.
He does know this. He's such a little cocky shit. No, that's me, but, you know. No, he's got some good stuff. He absolutely has some good stuff. And you can find out all of that, well, some of his stuff anyway, on his NeoCities.
Yeah, that is true.
Link is in the description below.
There's a lot of explanation that would need to be done for that NeoCities. Like, if you just jump into it knowing nothing about me, you're gonna be lost. But it would take too long to explain all that. Maybe someday I'll make a video myself doing that, but I don't know.
Yeah, but you can explain the backstory of your website.
Yeah, and all the stories on it, yeah.
Oh my god, that could be long. You can read through all your own stories.
I wouldn't read through it. I'll explain the background of the stories.
Yeah. That's funny. Ah, man. Oh, we've ended up being 3 hours now.
Yeah.
10 o'clock.
I'm ready to wrap up by now.
Yeah, that's okay. I think we've done good. We had a nice little breakdown with chat at the end of everything. I mean, I suppose if we want to have final thoughts on Everyman Hybrid, it's got potential to get better and to make more sense and to hopefully be less habitified.
Yeah, like they're definitely they're shaving off some of the extra stuff and just focusing on a story now. The story is kind of I'm trying to think of like the least insulting word for it.
I feel like it's trying to go somewhere, but I still don't know what it is.
It's a fairly standard story. There we go. That's what the word I was looking for. But it may turn into something bigger, something better, more creative. I hope it does.
Yeah.
And like Outside Help was definitely
Help was good.
That was more driven.
Was very much a very, very well done entry, if you want to call it that. Yet again, like we said, it made us think of like 911 investigation stuff and detective calls and shit like that. It was great. It was really, really well done.
Even if in terms of in terms of the actual story, some guy came and tried to kill Evan. That's surprising, and they find out that there's cameras.
Even the snippets of that, that was good.
But also at the same time, that video is basically just we're basically where we were a week ago because.
I do feel like plot-wise we haven't made progress.
Because they're like, oh no, now shit's serious. We got to take this seriously now. You should have been taking it seriously this whole time.
Yeah. I think our favorite thing that we were joking about earlier while we were getting our food was about the 7 Trials of Habit. How we ended up agreeing that it's like a filler arc, but none of the main characters are in it, and it's perhaps tied to the story somehow in the end, but otherwise it's kind of fucking random.
It's like a lot of horror games give you lore in the forms of pieces of paper you find around. You'll find a piece of paper.
Environmental storytelling and shit.
Yeah, and so you'll find doctor's notes in this. It's like that, except in order to find every single piece of document, you got to first go through an anime tournament arc. Because that's what the habit.
This is the Cell saga, but without Cell, Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Piccolo, Krillin. It's got all the Cybermen, right?
Yeah.
And not Cybermen. It's got the Ginyu Force, which is entertaining at least, and it's probably got the androids. So it's like there's maybe something there. Oh, and then it's probably got Hercule and his fan club. It's like maybe it's entertaining, but
we're here for Goku.
Yeah, what the fuck are we watching here? And maybe at the end, Goku makes an appearance and fights the winner.
But the egregious part is the fact it's not the fact there's a tournament arc. I think that's cool, but it's the fact that the point of this tournament arc was to give us these medical documents, notes from the doctor.
That's
literally.
True. That's true. It does give us more information of the Korenthal stuff, which is good for answering some things and a little bit of the world building, but yet again, not enough for it to be worthwhile, in my opinion. Yet.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff is cool with the Korenthal stuff, and some of it is, well, I guess no, I'm thinking specifically of the Tribe 12 one where Korenthal saw people having sex in his dreams and, fucking weird detail. The fuck? I don't know. there's so much that doesn't. There's too much detail. This story has too much detail, and not all of it is relevant. The Dark Tournament of Yu Yu Hakusho did indeed slap. Chaos. It did indeed fucking slap. It was like the best. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. That was good shit, man. Serious business activated. Oh. He please and thank you, Hides. The trials are really just to facilitate the dissemination of information. Yeah. Yeah, and I suppose, yet again, it was good at the time to obviously community, fun, and all that.
Yeah.
So, like, I understand the appeal for it, but, you know, watching it in the future, it's like, you know, just give us the fucking cliff notes, right? I mean, granted, at least, you know, with the wiki and obviously with your guide, we can get that, which at least is good, and we can watch some of the funny stuff if we want to, but there's plenty of it that I wasn't going to go through the entire fucking Twitter and all that stuff to figure this shit out. Like, come on.
If I was going to get into Breaking Bad, for instance, 10 years after the fact, and like I get through like
season... Camino?
Well, no. Just
I guess that was like a couple of months after, but...
Hear me out. I've got a thing here. It was Breaking Bad, the show. I've already seen Breaking Bad, but let's in some universe where I haven't seen Breaking Bad. It's 10 years after the fact, and I finally get around to watching it. I get through season 1. This is pretty good. Season 2, I get to 2 episodes in, and then suddenly episode 3 gives you like a 3-hour video of a fan convention. You got to watch what the fans were doing at this convention for 3 hours, and then it goes right back to the episodes. Like, I don't care what the fans were doing then. I'm sure it was cool that there were fans doing things at the time, but we're here watching the story afterwards.
Why is this in the Netflix list?
Yeah.
I get you. There is a lot of randomness. I'm excited to see how this continues.
Yeah.
Because if the production quality improves, as we've seen with outside help, then I think we'll have a much easier time, and we're going to have a lot more fun. It did take us 4 streams of 3 hours each, so we're talking 12 hours to get to this point.
Yep.
But at the same time, I haven't hated it.
Yeah.
The journey to this point. I mean, some of the stuff I did clearly hate, as you have seen. But you know, frustrations aside. It's been a fun journey so far, and I'm excited to see where it improves. And I really hope it does.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
Not really. I just want to read chat now.
Ellie says, me in the middle of season 2 of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Ren says, Everyman Hybrid is a beast. That's something I'll always warn people about. Yes. And that's okay. It has been a great stream run. Yeah, everybody, this has been a wonderful little time. Thank you for joining us yet again for another Friday. We will see you yet again next week.
It's been great to see you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for joining us. Sorry, I keep looking over here because that's where the stream thing is, and I'm so used to it. There. Even though, the camera's there. So hi, we do see you, but my stream thing is over there, so it's very silly. This has been fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us yet again in our business office chairs in my little studio room. This has been fantastic. We will see you all next week. Everybody, take care. Cheers to you all. Be safe. Be good. Enjoy your evenings or mornings, whatever time zone you're in. Bye-bye.
Pog
champ.